We are rolling in 3, 2, 1.
Now, the following experience is not a test. The conversations and stories expressed on this podcast are meant to be an expression of purpose and truth. This show, properly entitled expediTIously, is a free exchange of ideas and opinions. No judgment, no preconceived beliefs, no fear. You're encouraged to share your thoughts and ask any question as long as it's done with respect. Through true love and respect for others, that we will change the world and speak truth to power, one show at a time. Now, without further ado, this is expediTIously. I'm Tip T.I. Harris. Now, we all know that marriage and relationships are not easy subjects to talk about, especially when you're talking about it with the opposite sex. With that said, I've decided to do a topical episode around relationships and marriage. However, this is not an attempt to give you the same fairy tale unicorn approach to marriage, but rather have an authentic, no-holds-barred discussion about shit that everybody wants to know. Real shit, you know what I'm saying? You might be afraid to ask. Now, given that I have not been one to shy away from critical issues, I thought, what better platform to have this discussion than my new podcast? And who better to have it with than my life partner, my matrimonial other side, Miss Tameka Harris. Y'all call her Tiny, but, you know. What's going on?
What's up, baby?
Okay, so today we here to give them the juice, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of guys who want to know why the fuck should they even bother in the first place, and a lot of girls who want to know why in the fuck can't I get married?
Or someone want to know why should they bother in the first place?
Well, I think they already know. They get half his shit. So, baby, what we're going to do is we're going to have a nice private conversation just between the two of us and everybody else listening. Huh?
But you said that like as if the women or the woman doesn't make no money.
I ain't trying to say that, but...
You said they get half their shit. What if they...
But traditionally...
man gets half their shit? Because,
yeah,
it go like that.
Now, we'll say, that's lightning in a bottle.
There ain't no lightning in a bottle.
That's lightning in a bottle. That's a unicorn. You talking about the Wendy Williams situation. That's the only... Wendy Williams
say it's a lot of them.
Wendy Williams' husband is probably the only one walking away with half of anything.
No, I know another friend of mine.
Listen, beautiful, take your drink.
Okay.
You're speaking too clearly. You know what I'm saying? You took the whole goddamn thing. Goodness. Jeez, she took the whole thing. You want some more?
I like taking the whole thing. Come on with it.
Yeah, see, that's what got you married. You see what I'm saying? Now, let that be a lesson to you, ladies. Let that be a lesson to you, ladies. You know, a lot of ladies. I mean, I do agree that right now. I even read somewhere that they say the happiest group of people are single black professional women.
Well, I wanted to speak on that.
Okay, go ahead. And I think that they say because, you know, black women are so educated and accomplished and focused and driven that, like, right now, they just ain't got time for a nigga shit no more. You know what I'm saying? That's what I
think so. It's a lot to put up with. And when you a black single woman and you're doing your thing, you run your own ship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we like to kind of be in charge.
Y'all like to be in charge?
You know, at some point.
Okay. But
we do like a man to take charge, too.
See, now you got to make your mind up.
No, you can have both.
You got to make your mind up. I think that the point of matrimony is to develop a team.
Sure.
And do more with the team than you could individually.
Of course.
Now, in order to have a team, you have to have roles, responsibilities, and you know, people have to have actual purposes and understand their purposes and play their position. If you have everybody on the team trying to do everything that the other person doing, then that's an ineffective team. So that is, I think, what a lot of men are afraid of, or I should say, they're apprehensive about developing a team with someone who don't want to be a team player.
Well, that's if you want that team player to be like take lesser roles, because sometimes you might find a player that's, you know, just as equal to do some of the things that, you know, their male partner is.
Okay, now how come it couldn't have been that the male wanted to do something that the woman was good at? Like, what if, you know what I'm saying? Why? Let's not make it gender specific, okay? Because I think
you did in the beginning.
Well, but now we've moved on from that.
Okay.
See, now, and that's another thing. Let's not harp on old topics, people. Let's deal with it and forget it. You know what I'm saying? Forgive and move off into the future with better understanding of one another.
Like that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the way to properly evolve and advance, especially as a team.
True.
I think that a lot of people would. How can I say? Now, I want you to remember, this is a no judgment zone, you know what I'm saying? So don't judge us, and we won't judge you. Now, that is to the listener, okay? So we going to kick some real shit, you know what I mean? Is there anything that is off limits for you?
Is there anything that is off
limits?
limits?
Yeah, anything is off limits, you know what I'm saying? Anything you think we shouldn't be talking about?
No.
No, good, me neither. So first question. How about telling the world how absolutely fabulous it has been to be married to such a smart, debonair, ravishing, wonderful man? Nah, I'm just kidding. But I can tell everybody how great it's been to spend the last 9 years with such a tolerant woman. I will say she is very tolerant, not very patient, but she is very tolerant and accepting of who I am within my transition. I will say that, and that's important because a lot of women want men to come already ready. They want them to come already fixed, and you kind of gotta give a man a little time to kind of work the rust off. Don't you think?
That's true, but I think a strong woman can also help with that process. What you mean? You can help. You can kind of like help influence by not trying to influence, by just being great.
Are you talking about running game?
No, just being great. Just being great at what you do and making him want to change things.
Making him want to change
without making him do it.
Man, they say nothing beat the double cross but the triple cross. Now, she say, you know what I'm saying, making him want to change what you want him to change without telling him you want him to change it.
Yes.
That sounds like some Jedi mind trick shit. You did that to me?
I mean, I try.
That's mind control,
I try.
Debo.
I mean, it works, and sometimes it don't work.
Okay, man. So that was really a trick question. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see how eager you would be to share the truth with the people, but obviously you want to keep that to yourself. So let's start with a basic question. Tell me of your understanding, because you grew up, with your mom and your dad in the house. Yeah. They were married, you know what I'm saying? And so you grew up around matrimony, around marriage, and you have firsthand examples. So tell me and the rest of the people listening, in your opinion, why did people used to get married?
I mean, I think people got married because they were just in love, I think it was more so about love back in the day, because they had a lot of things to fight against. If we were speaking about my mother and my father, they was fighting against racial issues.
Yeah, because they're being an interracial couple.
Yes, and him being a black man, her a white woman. They had in the 60s, they had difficulties. He was getting locked up because he's riding with a white woman.
What?
And so on and so on.
Your dad been in jail?
Yeah, he did.
Mr. Speedy took me as a way like a too cool to go to jail kind of guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. He didn't stay in that long, but he was in there.
Okay, so in your opinion, I'm sorry, you weren't finished.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say,
but I think it's changed a little bit now.
And that's what I was getting to. Because from then to now, why do you think people get married today?
Well, I don't know, but I'm going to tell you, I would never forget that, when I was about 16, 15 years old.
Okay.
Aunt Joyce, Candy's mama, told me, do not marry for love. Marry for, what'd she say?
Security.
Security.
What?
Yeah, and I didn't understand that at the time, but I think she...
You see, nobody had that conversation with me. See, me and this is the first thing, right? See, women are being trained and conditioned from children. You understand what I'm saying? This young lady said at 15 years old, like an OG, you understand that? An OG gave her the game and say, listen here, young lady, you gonna fall in love, but forget that. You know what I'm saying? You married for security and lifestyle and your way of living.
That's what she said.
How'd that work out for you?
Now, I was blessed to be able to have both. Because I fell in love.
Ooh, you are a sorcerer. A sorcerer.
You know.
Of words. Okay. So you say you was able to do both.
Yes.
Okay, man. I'm happy that I was able to provide, a diverse platform of matrimony for you. Now, is it easier to be married with money, you think?
I've never been married outside of money. So, if you want to be fair about it.
Okay.
I don't know. But I back to what you was starting to say about the black women. I was told that women that more successful than their man are happier in marriage, right?
Well, you asked me this, right? You say you heard it.
Yeah, you told me this, though. So, here we go. And I could see how that. Yeah. I could see how that's possible.
That was the same article that I mentioned earlier. Yes, they did say that women are marrying down now. Mm-hmm. Because of their success, and they don't want anyone or anything to impede on their progress. You know what I'm saying? So, like very successful women, usually a very successful woman would take the time to try to find someone as successful or more successful as her.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying, she wouldn't be the breadwinner. But now it's like women are much more comfortable being the breadwinner. And and carrying the load now.
And as I,
it seems to me like
friends,
y'all trying to. It seems to me like women are trying a role reversal of sorts.
No, we ain't trying nothing. We're just doing what we do best.
Which is what?
And getting. It's a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
Well, pick one and say it.
We're showing our talent. We're giving our talent to, the world and letting everybody see how gifted we are.
I mean, that's wonderful because, of course, we are both creatives and, we both have talents and ambitions. And that's great. But let's talk about love.
With love? Yeah.
She's like, what the fuck is that?
No. I mean.
Like, when it's like, would you not sacrifice like a great opportunity or a great like job or occupation, but like for the sake of love?
Well, this is what I was saying. Women that marry down, it seems like it's for love. Because
no, it's for convenience.
No, it could be for love. Because I have friends that they
want to be with a nigga who ain't got no leverage to be able to tell them shit. God damn it! When I tell you take the motherfucking trash out, you take the goddamn trash out.
That's a plus. But they also
intangible benefit
put them in position to be very powerful.
What you mean? The men put the women in position, or the women put the men in position?
The women that marry down,
but no,
sometimes put their man in position to be as powerful in their own, suit. They may not still overpower their woman,
right? But they more powerful than they were.
Yes.
Okay, understood. But that speaks from the perspective of that said man, like why he would enjoy it. He enjoys it because she gives him a certain level of power and influence that he didn't have before. But what is it that she enjoys?
She enjoys the love and the attention, the affection, them catering to her because she's making things happen. Okay. And still loving them, giving them all the good sex, whatever it is. Oh, maybe cooking.
So sex is
woman,
important.
I'm not saying, sex is very important. But I'm not saying that the woman that marries down don't do nothing, because she's still running. She's still like the breadwinner. She still may come home and cook for you, give you sex, and do everything.
Give you sex?
Yeah.
What you mean, give you sex?
Give you.
Man, that's in the contract, man. That come with it.
Make sure you're
Ain't no giving me nothing.
pleased.
See, that's the thing now.
Make sure you're pleased whenever you, know.
See, you can't be rationing out stuff talking about what you're going to give nobody, because, what's yours is mine. What's mine is yours.
Yeah, but
so that means that little thing you got, that little sex box you got, is half mine. So
Yeah,
you
but
pick
I ain't
which
gotta
side
give it
you
to you
want,
when I don't
and
want
that's
to.
yours, and then the rest of it is mine. You know what I'm saying? We can split right down the middle of the, what they call it? Is it the uvula?
What?
The uvula? Yeah. That's the lip, ain't it? That's who? The labia.
Oh,
Labia
that's
is
what
the
you
lip. Well, okay, so we got the clitoris, the labia, and it's the what is it? The uvula? I can't remember. Damn, that damn anatomy. But what I'm saying is it's half mine.
Yeah, but a woman that you heard of,
and my half is on the inside,
but
so I'm going in there to
that
get
people that get married, half of the people that get married, they don't even have sex anymore. A lot of them.
Boy, that's a bum deal they got.
And that's crazy to me.
That is. I'm talking about.
Because those are one of the things that you should always want to do for your man.
Nah, but wait, see, you can't just talk about for your man.
And for yourself. But I'm saying a lot of times the man, they wake up like that. They go to sleep sometimes like that, You got to give them that fix.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you got to be willing to. Some
ain't
of that.
no willing.
No,
when
some
you
of
say
that.
I
Like,
do,
no, it's no.
That is you've signed a verbal contract. We've had a verbal commitment now. We have witnesses. It's a priest here. We have a verbal commitment that.
But what about a verbal commitment? Does it still stand when you gone out of town and I want it and I can't get it?
Which takes us to our next subject.
Okay.
Hey, matter of fact, while we're talking about it, have another drink. You should have another drink.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Your speech is far too clear and concise.
No, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. We have to. Inebriation is imminent. Now, I've always heard this as an idea. People always say it to me, especially, young guys who are considering marriage or in a relationship and their girls want to get married. And, they always ask me, how do we do it? You know what I'm saying? Specifically, how do I do it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they want the male perspective. And they think that it's easier to be married for rich people. Now, when you remove the barrier of money and success, you can move however you want still. I know. It's not true to me.
I disagree.
But, I like to believe when both parties can move freely, they're only together because they want to be. Is that true?
That's true.
If you could do anything you want in the world, I could do anything I want in the world, but we choose to be together. It's not because you need me because I'm providing a certain lifestyle for you. I need you because you provide a certain lifestyle for me. It's because we made a conscious decision that this is where I want to be and what I want to be doing.
I agree with that.
I think those are the healthiest relationships.
But I think that, also the relationships that don't have a lot of money, but they're just maintaining, they're probably pretty happy too.
You know what they are? You know why? Because the man have much less options.
And that's why the woman is more happier. You see what I'm saying?
So you want a man that don't nobody want but you?
Yeah.
You do?
I mean, kind of.
You want a man that don't nobody want but you?
I'm lying.
You gonna be...
But, it sounds good. It sounds like an easy road. It sounds like a healthy life for a woman.
Yeah. It sounds
happy.
Boring.
Boring.
Yeah, it sounds boring, man. It sounds boring. Don't no woman want no man that only she want. Don't know, man.
I don't know.
Man. Don't nobody want that.
What do you think, Dena? What?
Huh?
You want somebody that everybody else
You want people that's desirable. You know what I'm saying? You want to feel like, man.
But what if you desire this man so much and nobody wants him, but you still desire him because this is what you...
Only way that's going to work is if you don't know, don't nobody else want them.
Well, that's
You know what I'm
possible.
saying? If you desire this man, you want to feel like, man, he could be anywhere else. He want to be with anybody, but he choose to be with me.
That sounds good, yeah.
Yeah, that's what everybody wants.
But if he's not on display, you
What
would
you
never
mean?
know that nobody really wants him. If he's
What
not
does
like
that mean?
out there on display for everybody to pick and choose from, and he just going living a normal life, you don't know what's
What you
going
mean
on at work.
display? What does that mean on display?
On display, like, out there for everybody to be like, ooh, look at so-and-so,
Well, with
I
social
want
media,
him.
with
Ooh.
social media, everybody's kind of out there.
Yeah, but
you know
not.
What I'm saying?
It depends on what you do.
What does that mean?
Depends on what you do, because even though you're out there and if you ain't really doing nothing, ain't nobody, they overlooking you. They looking for the ones that they know doing
Well, nah,
something.
maybe some people can't be overlooked.
Those are the ones that's doing something.
Well, wait a minute, not necessarily. Not
Oh,
necessarily.
show me one.
No,
Pull them out.
Hello.
Well,
You're looking at her.
you doing something.
What I'm doing?
You're on TV.
Oh, you mean
I'm saying-
professionally?
yes, I'm saying you're doing something
gotcha.
for people
Absolutely,
to want you.
I am. Yeah. Wait a minute.
I'm
People
just
wanted
saying,
me way before that.
you know.
What are you talking about? I'm
I
doing
don't
something
know
for them to
anything
want
about
me.
that.
Huh?
I don't know anything about
You know,
those
I
days.
keep telling you, man, if I'd have caught you back in your escape days, I'd have been getting flued out.
You would have not. Your pecker hadn't even grown.
Man,
pretty
you better
much.
ask somebody about me. You better ask somebody about me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It's grown now.
Hey, well, you know,
You know.
it wasn't no
Caught
guy.
up with you.
Hey, man, it wasn't nothing to toot your nose up at back then.
I don't know.
Well, you feel that nicely as well, have you not?
Thank you.
Yeah, you were quite slim and petite.
I'm still slim and petite. Don't get it twisted.
No, you're a little chunky monkey now.
Oh, I'm
you know
not
what I'm saying?
chunky.
You're a little chunky. You're a little pleasantly plump in the right areas. You know what I'm saying? But that's all right, because that's what I cultivated. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I worked hard. You know, I'm talking midnight hours. You know,
Putting all them babies in there.
pounding and pressing, and
Molding.
softening, and making it what
You did that.
I wanted it to be. Yes, I did.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you.
No.
pretty
no,
soft.
No, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Now, do you think that today's music and pop culture in general has anything to do with how people think about relationships and marriage?
I think, yeah, it could be a distraction because, there's a lot of hoes and bitches and,
Wait a minute. What the hoes and bitches got to do with anything?
I mean, what I'm saying in the songs, like,
Oh, got you.
everything's going to, it's no real love in the songs these days.
Y'all don't want to hear that shit.
I want to hear it.
Y'all don't want to hear that shit. Listen, man, I be seeing more girls sing the most derogatory records.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's getting away from the love. The music is fucking everybody up.
But listen, if there's no market for it, then it will not be provided to the market. You understand what I'm saying? The way that y'all gravitate to it. And I will also add, you say you want a certain type of man, and this is most women. You say you want a certain type of man, but you continuously allow yourself to be attracted to the antithesis of that.
But that's been going on for life, forever. Ever since you were like in grade school, you started dating. You always liked the bad guys. You never liked the ones that's sweet and giving you all the attention.
Yeah.
But when you grow up and you get older,
And then you wonder why you get
learn.
dogged out. You wonder why you're getting dogged out.
You learn. You know what I'm saying? That's not the way to go. But you got to go through it.
You do?
Yeah, you got to.
You got to go through it.
Because I try to tell my daughters, my nieces and stuff the same thing. They don't like it either. Oh, he too sweet. He this, he that. And I be like, you should want that. But they ain't going to get it till they get, older. And they get, dogged out and man treat them like shit. Then they going to want it.
Well, you talking about my daughters? What
All
you
of
talking
them,
about?
yeah.
What you mean treated like shit? Who?
I mean, it's...
Okay, now listen, don't get me in my feelings, okay?
That's what you...
I guess
got
that's
to
valid.
get some kind of payback.
What you mean?
That's what
What you
daddies
mean
do. They
payback?
get payback for doing this type of. They get payback for doing the kind of things that they do to women.
No.
When their daughters grow up, it's like a lesson to learn,
Lies,
a real one.
lies.
Okay,
Listen, let me tell
we'll
you
get
something.
there.
Let me tell you something, right? It's all about your actions. It's all about your actions. Like, for instance, you you have an opportunity. Let's say if it's a young man who did everything right to every girlfriend he ever had, and he grows up and he has a daughter, but he stays out on the road, doesn't really invest any time into his daughter's life, then the good that he did before he had a daughter is not going to keep his daughter from sucking cucumbers. You dig what I'm saying?
Well, that's different.
Now, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
You still got to put time.
But see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. No matter, and it works in the reversal. So no matter how bad you did women before you had a daughter, as long as you invest the time, effort, and energy into your daughter's life, you got to put those thought prevention program hours.
No, that's what it does. It gives them,
life.
information and lets them see, how to deal with things. But that doesn't mean they're not going to go through it.
So you're just saying there's just some, some unidentifiable reason for girls to go through things and have certain relationships with certain guys based on what their father did?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying because that's the circle of life. That's what's going on.
Well, karma is constant.
Yes.
But the thing is, it's happening everywhere to everybody. Example, let's say you do me wrong, right? Mm-hmm. You do me wrong. Now, people mostly gonna say that you got karma coming to you. But I obviously had some karma coming to me. I probably did somebody wrong some other time, and that's why I goddamn had to be done wrong by you.
Right.
And so later on, you gonna be done wrong by somebody who probably had been done wrong by somebody before. So
sure.
So it's not like just people talk about karma in one direction. You know what I'm saying? Mm. The person who's giving out the undesirable energy is going to receive undesirable energy. But what about before that? What about the person who received the undesirable energy and what they did to deserve it earlier on?
I mean, it's just going to happen. I mean, I don't think that, I think there's some kind of ways to prevent some things, but, some things you ain't going to be able to get around.
And I remember now, I do remember this, right? And we all know, I have like one of the most unorthodox senses of humor that most difficult to understand. I put a post up, and the post was saying that, okay, so the post said that it was a woman speaking, okay, and she was talking about how women should address the elephant in the room of how things change after we say I do. And that elephant in the room is what continues to make men more afraid or apprehensive about getting married. So I posted that, and I said, now it's interesting to hear a woman say this, because I myself hear this all the time from young men about marriage and their concerns about marriage. And you jump down my throat along with every other woman and said, how could you speak about your marriage? I'm not talking about me. So, but now that we're here, and this is a judgment-free zone, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a safe platform. I'm in a safe place. We can talk about this. What is it that makes shit change when people say I do?
Honestly, I thought that post, was irrelevant to me because I don't know nothing about that. I don't feel like things changed. I feel like what a lot of people say when they get married, the biggest thing that I hear when people get married, they say that they don't have sex anymore. That's the biggest thing I hear from a married couple.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I've never experienced that, so I don't.
And you never will. I
don't know anything about that, so I feel like
not in this marriage.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't feel like it's been a real change.
I'm going to be working out every hole you got, honey.
Oh, my God.
You're going to have to.
I'm done.
Wherever I can fit, baby. Wherever I can fit, that's where I'm going to get. You understand me? But I'm sorry. You were talking about something sounding more
important. You got it.
So you think that the sex is the key?
I think sex is the key, and conversation and trust. Those are key.
Trust is a unicorn in this day.
It is.
Yeah,
But, gotta be able to communicate.
Now, one thing I think the trust is such a unicorn is because all the access we have to other people and so many different people. You know, back in the day, you know what I'm saying? You had to be around somebody to know what they had going on.
Right.
You had to be in this person's face. I had to be in Miami to know what's going on in Miami. I had to be in New York to know what's going on in New York. Now, you roll out of bed and say, God damn, that's what they doing in Spain?
True.
And so that it creates that bit of curiosity that makes some people think, could the grass be actually greener? Am I here in Greensboro, South Carolina, and I could be somewhere over in Malibu, California, and this is what I could be exposing myself to?
Only
you know
the
what?
horny hound dogs, because if you have someone that you love and you've already been exposed to some of those same things, then that's what you should be on. You shouldn't be looking at this person like, ooh, they got the same shit going on this person you already got going on.
Well, listen, now, we talk now, mind you, this is a safe place.
I'm just telling you.
This is a safe place.
I'm just letting it be known.
I mean, but I'm just telling you,
the shit you looking at.
But look, what we doing is we trying to break through the barriers, dig beneath the surface, and you know, and uncover the minutiae of this shit, so we can help other people find love.
Yeah, that's what we doing.
See, because we already know what it's like, because we done been there. You dig what I'm saying? So we ain't including ourselves in the discussion, only our experiences. Like, for instance, how can we get someone who isn't married, how can we get them the tools they need to go out there and get themselves a husband? If only we could find somebody who...
I think I know somebody.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, Dena, you right there. You ain't married. Come here, man. Dena, come over here. Let's talk. Let's talk
with
to
Dena?
You. Yeah, Dena, you have been notoriously single, and we would like to. We would like to help you because we feel that you are a accomplished, you are a intelligent, you are a competent, capable, driven.
Keep going.
Young lady without a husband. So, I would like to know, why is it that you think you're single?
Oh my God.
What is it about the dating pool that you think is keeping you from landing the big fish?
Well, that's a good question, Tip. Thank you for bringing me on to talk about this. So I have a couple of comments because I've been listening to what we were talking about.
Okay,
today.
could you start with the question?
I'm sorry. So I think times have changed where there is, number one, a lack of real men left.
Yes.
There's a lack. The pool is getting smaller and smaller.
That's true. That's true.
I think that people's concept of marriage and staying together for life is different. I think that, especially in America, people who do get married often see divorce as like the first option rather than trying to work through the problem.
But that actually works in your favor because that means somebody else could lose their husband and then that'll give you more chance, more opportunity to find you one. So we're trying to figure out how
people just break out easier. They don't want to work on it because relationships are work. They're hard work. So they just rather, I'll just go to the next person because there's so many people. So
that is so true.
But look though, so you're saying that you have had men and you run them off.
No, that's not what I was saying.
So
that's actually not what I was saying.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out. Let's get to the bottom of things. Expeditiously, get to it.
I think that maybe she works a lot. You know what I'm saying, and she hasn't had a lot of time
Absolutely
to
nothing to do with it.
You know, find
well,
absolutely nothing.
You're right
because you work
you're
a
right,
lot
Tameka.
too.
No, here's the thing. That when I was younger, I was very focused on my career. So I wasn't really interested in being in long-term relationships with people. I was just dating around.
Gotcha.
But now that I'm a little bit older and I'm in a different place in my career, I want to be in a long-term, committed relationship with one person. And I want to get married and I want to have children.
Okay, but that just ain't like the way it has shaped out. But why though? What is the?
You act like I am 55 years old.
No, you're a young. Listen, you are a young, attractive, accomplished young lady. So that's why it's so mind-boggling why you don't have a mate. So I'm trying to figure that out.
So I think that women have caused the issue, and let me tell you why.
Ooh, talk that shit, Dena. I love what you're saying. I love where you're going with this.
Well, let me just say, I think women have devalued themselves in such a way that they have made it to where men don't have to even work hard to get a woman anymore. They have made it to where back in the day, people got married to start families. They got sometimes, I mean, honestly, I just watched this whole video where it's called The Economics of Sex. And what it is that with people getting married, they got married younger because they had to have children, but also
they had to have.
Well, that was the whole kind of
what year we talking about? 1916?
Just earlier, they would get married to have children, but now with birth control being so accessible, people don't really have to get married anymore, right? To do that, and people also. I
didn't get married to have children.
Well,
I didn't get married to have. I can't relate to that.
But I'm talking about
she's saying back in the day. Back in the day.
How far? Like before our lifetime?
Like maybe the 60s, 70s, you know.
Yeah.
50s, 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And so you know that was kind of the thing. So now with birth control,
my dad grew up in the 50s. My dad was born in 1930. He in the 50s he was in his 20s. In the 60s he was in his 30s. In the 70s he was in his 40s. Had me at 50 years old in 1980. He died at 72, single, never been married. My mama right now never been married. So.
Well, I came from a family. My parents were together for 40 years, and the only reason they're not together is because my dad passed away. But I came from.
Did your mama remarry?
She would never remarry. See, in my culture.
See, that's what.
See, in my culture, they don't remarry. Like once you are a widow, that's pretty much the way it goes. Now in America is a little different, but I also want to bring this point up about America.
Okay.
Because I'm from the Middle East. So
now, you're not going to come here now.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to tell you what I'm seeing.
You're not going to bash our country.
What you were talking about before with the role reversal, I think that American women and their goal to be so independent and their goal to be so equal to a man, I don't agree with, because this is what I believe.
Right.
I believe as spiritual beings, we are equal, right? A man and a woman is equal, but I believe that men and women do have different roles.
Right.
And I believe that has gotten very cloudy.
I get that.
Because of women feeling like they don't need a man. They can be like a man. They are independent. They can do what they want to do, and they want to control the situation. I don't agree with that.
Okay.
I actually believe that the man is the lead of the relationship.
Okay.
The man is in charge, and a woman is submissive to the man.
Well, that's because you come from the Middle Eastern. But because in the real world, in America...
Now, listen, wait a minute. We're not going to be judgmental,
that's my culture. That's
compartmentalized.
So I understand why she feels like that. That's how she grew up. That's their culture.
Okay.
But, nowadays, it's things are... and I feel like the man is he runs the household.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, the woman should... the man should not have to step in until it's like, now we got to figure out, is this right, or who says...
You're saying to break the tie.
To break the tie, because the woman really
lead.
leads the house. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? She makes sure everything's taken care of, the kids, the home, whatever.
So you said that a woman should assume a certain level of authority, and a man shouldn't interfere with that until absolutely necessary.
Until it's time to say, hey, no, this is the way I want it to go.
But at the end of the day, if there is an argument or a disagreement, the man has the final word in my world.
I think I agree with that.
Okay.
You agree with
All
that.
right.
I agree with that, but...
but there's a but.
But we are
in certain areas. You know what I'm saying?
In
Certain areas.
We know what we're doing, and you do what you do.
What I do think? I do believe that women should be considered equal, but opposite. I don't think that you should be in a relationship with a woman. I don't think you should be in a relationship with a woman trying her best to go out her way to do the shit that you doing. And I don't think that you should go out your way to be trying to step on her toes and do the shit that she's doing. I think there should be equal, opposite authority in the relationship. Absolutely. It ain't equality ain't the problem. It's just like two cars can't go the exact same speed in the same lane. You know what I mean?
Men-
You're going to have to get
women
over if you're going
want
to go the
to
same
feel
speed. You're going to have to go just as
secure.
fast in something else, not in this particular lane.
Absolutely. And I think the bottom line is with women is we want to feel protected, we want to feel secure,
Right.
and we want to respect our man. Respect is like the top of the list. If you don't respect that man, you're not going to listen to him, you're not going to go with his lead, you're not going to, it's
Right.
like that's where it causes
So
the
you ain't
clash.
found no man that you could respect, is what you're saying.
I mean, I guess to a certain degree, I guess not. I mean, I have had men that I respect, but I'm just saying in a long-term committed relationship, I need to know that he's going to lead me to the right
But
direction.
you don't know that. You have to step out in faith.
We do.
You have to step out in faith. You don't necessarily know that he ain't going to come with a sign saying, I'm the one.
He's
You see
not.
what I'm saying? And it don't always come in the shape, form, and fashion that you envision it. So you have to step out on faith. Now, your connection with God, God going to have to send the spirit through you and say, you need to try this one.
Step out on faith, but at the same time, you also got to learn and know what kind of man you're dealing with. That takes time. You can't just be like,
and we help support the man in his journey of where he's going.
That's not a question. That's not the question, because you got to get there. First, you got to land one, and then you got to
But if you have the respect for him, then everything else is built from there. I think if you respect him like off a GP, then you work it through with everything else. It's not like I need to know where he's going. I just need to know that I trust that I trust the situation.
Yeah. Which brings me to my next question for you. What made you certain that I was the one?
Well, I mean, I maybe the way I felt like you was very protective. I felt secure. You loved me.
Yes.
Like I felt loved.
Mm-hmm.
And
So what my doggy style?
no, definitely not. That you could have kept.
What?
But I mean, I loved everything else about you. So like your pros outweighed your cons.
Because people
as an
are
ex-con,
not going to be perfect.
I mean,
that's a good point.
Now, I would
it's
just like to take a little time. I'm sorry, Dena, I didn't mean to
okay.
interrupt you. I would like to just take a little time to speak on behalf of my doggy style. It is an excellent doggy style, by the way, and she loves it. And I don't know what kind of propaganda is being spread on this platform. So all of you young men and women, just understand that this is a time where you have to live and let live. See, what you're going to do is, what I'm going to do, I'm going to call this
position.
I'm going to call this holding a grudge. So later on, when the mics is off, you dig what I'm saying?
Oh, Lord.
She will beg for mercy.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Well,
You see
do
what
I
I'm
need
saying?
to step out of the room?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. There's a time and a place for everything. Now, I guess there are, I think one main thing that you touched on, a topic that you touched on, is women. You feel like women have devalued themselves.
So what they're doing is, like, the man doesn't have to work for anything anymore. I mean, the women are pretty much just laying it out on a table for him.
Yeah.
On a silver platter.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
courtship. There's no man, like, the men don't even have to be gentlemen anymore.
Yeah.
It's like women are just like, here, like, I'm going to give it to you. And for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
it's clout chasing, whatever it is, whatever's
you're
going
right.
on. And I think that
I see that.
they set the tone. So women set the tone for the man. So if a man doesn't have to work hard for it, he's not going to work hard for it. He's just going to take what he can take.
Yeah.
And then,
I can see that.
they don't end
do
up
you know why,
marrying
though?
those girls.
But do you know why, though? There's of course, we could say social media,
Yeah.
the internet,
A lot
and
with social
access, and yada, 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 yada. But there is a real breakdown in numbers, mathematically.
The real, like, a lack of real men
No,
left.
wait a minute. Wait, just whoa.
You're saying it's more women.
I'm saying that mathematically, okay, let's just say in Atlanta alone, I think that the ratio has been called at 22 to 1.
23 to 1, yeah.
20, okay, let's say
Might
23.
have been, yeah.
23 to 1. 23 women for every one man in Atlanta.
It's a whole lot of options.
Where you live, Dena?
A
Atlanta.
whole lot of diseases.
Where you
I'm in Atlanta. I'm Smyrna.
You in Smyrna?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you got that right
Thank
too.
you. That's a good point.
You got that right too. But okay, but let's get past. Let's
if
get
you
past.
know Atlanta got a lot. Okay.
Let's get past that. We can come back here later.
Tell me about it.
So 23 to 1. So let's just say Dena. Dena has to fight 22 other women off to get this one man.
And if that's the one man that we are talking about, because we got to break it down.
I know it because it's 23 to 1 just man. Now, by man, he just means gender. You know what I'm saying? So
Correct.
Now what we have to do, first of all, we have to talk about the incarceration rate. If we look at how many men are incarcerated, that may hike it up to 25 to 1. Okay?
Correct.
And then if you look at the men that are derelicts, that don't work and don't have any way to support themselves and can't support another woman and, don't really deserve, I guess, a certain type of woman's attention, that might take it up to 27 to 1.
Sure.
And then if we're talking about the men that don't really want a woman anyway because they want another man, so now
Numbers
you might
go
go
down.
up to 30 to 1.
Correct.
And as Tameka just pointed out, you got guys who, they may be infested or infected with something. So now
And don't forget about the married ones, because then you got to...
Wait a minute. Now you might go up to 30, 31, 32 to 1. And then, like you said, you got the married ones.
That takes half the pool out.
Okay, so now you might be up to 34, 35 to 1.
What kind of battle is this?
So now, if you had a man, one man to yourself.
You got to keep them.
Now.
Got to hold on tight.
Now, wait a minute. But wait, now, I'm glad you say you got to keep them and hold on tight. Because if you had one man to yourself, knowing that it's up to 35 to 1, and that man go out and do something that was not in your best interest.
Okay.
And you don't like it.
Give me an example.
Okay, let's say he went to Miami and he slept with 4 people.
4 people?
Damn.
Jesus.
4 people.
Hey,
What kind of scenario is this?
I'm just saying, man. Hey, what kind of man you want? Do you want a man that can only have one woman, or do you want a man that can go get 4?
I mean, can we be
You
a
dig what I'm
little
saying?
more realistic
I'm just saying.
here?
Nah, okay, look, I'm just saying.
All
I'm just
right.
saying. Come on,
Okay.
man. This is hypothetical.
Okay,
Okay, so, all right, so he goes, he sleeps with 4.
That's realistic.
I got it. But so he goes and he sleeps. This is the hard truth that we have to discover. So he goes and sleeps with 4 women, and he comes back. You find out about it. Everybody, all your friends know. Everybody calling you. I can't believe it. Did you see him? He was all on Instagram Live. He was eating 4 booties.
Man, talking about himself.
I'm done.
Ba-doom boom. Nah,
We need
that's
that
here.
sound effect.
Nah,
KC,
look.
we need the sound effect.
Hey, so listen, right? But just to keep the train on the track, right?
Yeah, okay.
So he come
That's a
back.
lot.
He come back, and
heavy.
you are livid. You are disgusted.
Absolutely.
You can't stand him. But you just said you got to hold on tight, and that's 35 to 1. Now, okay, so
This is his first offense.
that's a very important question.
It really is.
Yes, it is.
Do we have children? Are we married? All these things change.
Hell yeah.
We're
We
children,
dreaming.
we're married.
We
Okay.
dreaming.
Okay.
Shit, yeah. You married. You got children.
So he literally
and-
lost his mind for a moment and went to Miami. He lost his mind in Miami. It was the first
Let's
time
just say
doing it.
drugs were involved.
Okay.
He was inebriated.
Now we have a whole
Alcohol.
other- okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So he comes back.
Okay.
Do you kick him out? Do you break up with him? Do you get a divorce? But I know the first thing before you decide any of that, you're going to chew his ass out real good, tell him about
Absolutely.
himself. And the first thing you going to say is, I can't believe
You would do this to me.
how selfish you have been. Right? But in actuality, Dena, you have one man to yourself, and there's 34 other women out there that ain't got now. So what the
Lord.
fuck do you expect them to do? Who's really being selfish, Dena?
You hear this?
The man.
The man is still being selfish.
The man, because
I happen to agree with you.
because-
I just don't know how many other people in the world out there you gonna get to
Because-
agree. That's the hump. That's the hurdle we must overcome for Dena to get a husband.
Really?
That's the hurdle.
It's a
Because
lot.
one thing you know,
Because once
that
she
a
get one,
woman,
he gonna run off to Miami and he gonna eat 4 booties and he gonna come back and then she gonna. So we got to make sure that we get Dena the right man.
Because
right
the
man.
women, I mean, it's really, let's go back to the women. 'cause
It
the
might
wo-
be less problematic if you find one with a little one. if you have like an eensy-weensy one, if you have a man with an eensy-weensy one, then guess what? If you can learn how to work that, if you can work that to your satisfaction, that is an acquired skill that no one else has developed. You have curated that talent for yourself.
I think we would be in a relationship because all of those things would be satisfactory to me. So I don't think that would even be.
Because you could just do
Okay,
like
Dena,
a
do you want a man or not?
I want a
I'm
man. Jesus,
Okay.
but can I?
Okay, wait a
Oh,
minute.
my standards are too
how
high
about
because
this?
I don't want a man
No,
that's
because-
gonna go eat 4 booties.
Hell yeah, Dana, what the hell are you talking about? Your standards are too high. You got to get off the show.
Your standards is too high.
Nah,
Dang.
man. I think you deserve that much and more, Dena. You know what I'm
thank
saying?
you, Tip.
But sometimes you have to walk through the woods to get to the other side of the path.
I believe
what I'm
in
saying?
working at it. So if you're gonna give me the real scenario, I wouldn't just divorce him.
Okay, what would you
I
do?
would probably go to therapy.
Oh, okay.
We'll start. I mean, of course, I have to chew him out, make him feel real bad, make sure he knows that
You ain't gonna
not
take
gonna
that
stand.
shit.
I'm not gonna
You ain't gonna
stand
take
for
that
this.
shit.
But then we
Hell
have to
no.
figure out: are we moving forward or we're not moving forward?
All right, now who's gonna decide that? You gonna ask him, are we moving forward, or
I mean, we gotta sit down and really figure this out because clearly he went to do something that was out of our understanding. And
what if he say, Dena, you don't let me eat your booty, so I had to go and I had to find somebody who would allow me to do what I want to do.
So what
that
about
won't be the issue. But let's just keep it moving.
Okay. All right.
what
well, you
about
know,
a
I
third or
think-
fourth time?
Ooh. Oh, that's an excellent question.
So
That's an excellent
That's a
question.
great question because
That's an
I
excellent
think at
question.
that point you have to look at pattern and not words.
Okay.
And it's more about action and not
Right.
words because if he keeps saying, I'm sorry, I'm never
Right.
going to do this again, and then he keeps doing it, he
Right.
clearly has a
What if
problem.
he say, I'm sorry, but I got a problem?
Then
Do you still love me
do
even though I
to
have a
work-
problem?
I'm going to help him work it out, but I might have to go find somebody that
Somebody
doesn't
else,
have
right.
a problem.
Yeah.
You
You
know?
know, if I- oh, wait,
Because I don't
hey,
know how long
hey.
that problem is going to last.
Dena,
Or
wait a minute. 35-1 out there.
but it's still a one.
35
it's
to
still
1.
another
Remember how long
one
it took you to
that
find
can
him?
Go find.
It was a lot.
Remember how long it took you to find him?
I know.
So you mean to tell me you just gonna discard him, throw him out to the garbage, and go and begin your search
How old
anew?
is this man?
How
'Cause,
old is this
I
man?
do believe that men shouldn't really be getting married until like around at least 30 because like before that they need to experience life, they need to go out there, and I think
I
that
truly
when you
do
marry,
believe that.
you
I
marry too
think
young.
Experiences allow you to know what you do want and
What you don't
want in a
want, yeah.
relationship.
Exactly.
And that can it can navigate you through a lot of bullshit. I do believe that.
Absolutely.
But Tameka, she brought up a great point. If it's the third or fourth time, so excuse me.
I can't hang in there forever, guys.
Tameka brought up a great point. If it's his third or fourth time, that brings me to my next question.
Mm-hmm.
One guy, 30 chances, or 30 guys, one chance?
Let me ask you a question.
No, you can't answer no question with no question.
When
You're
it's
gonna have to
30 guys, one chance, do you end up with is the 30th the one you stay with? I'm just asking.
They all. I mean, they all got a chance. I don't know. You got to
One
decide.
chance?
Yeah,
You
you
got
got
to
to do
decide
something.
if
Are you
keep
gonna do
moving
something
or you
different by number 30? Have you
I'm
learned
gonna go with
any
the
new
first. I'm
tricks?
going with the first option.
One guy, 30 chances.
That's
So
right.
why you even ask if it's gonna be his third or fourth chance?
Because you're giving
Why
me
did
a
you even
hypothetical.
ask how many times?
Because I
you
don't
asked
want
me-
that to be the case.
I know, but
if
we
I
talking
had
about,
to make a decision,
we're not talking about what we want. We're talking about what we need. And right now, what Dena needs is a man. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the hypotheticals that suit the situation.
one man, 30 chances. But
Okay.
I'm going to be pissed. By that
I-
30th chance, it's going to be like.
I understand
I
that.
mean, I'm trying to
understand
tell
that.
you, like he better
I
be
understand that.
sleeping with his eyes open.
You know
type
what
of
they
thing.
say? You know what they say? The 30th time's a charm. Now listen, what I want to do, I want to create the worst case scenario for you.
Clearly.
Because this is like the
Created
worst.
that.
See, that's what I'm doing. I'm painting such a horrible picture.
Terrible picture.
That when you meet someone, the problems you face won't seem that bad.
I don't know.
He might only eat 2 booties.
You keep going to this booty.
I'm just,
You
hey man.
ain't said nothing about the cootie. You went straight to the booty.
I know because it's
Just
most
nasty.
extreme. It's most
he's
extreme.
being extreme.
It's worst
Nasty.
extreme. It's worst extreme. Now the worst thing you could do is go and spend money. Go and take the
And
money.
eat booty. It's on the list.
Okay, well look,
Top.
man, we need a male perspective. I have my buddy Ace here. Ace, say, have a seat next to Dena. Let's see how.
Ace, are you single?
No.
Okay, Ace is not single.
Okay, so he's out. He's out, guys.
No, I have
Ace is not single.
So,
Okay, so Ace is not single, but he is sitting next to Dena. And it is, I don't know what the Memphis ratio is, but
it is not as high as Atlanta, but I think it's like 17
to 1.
17, 18 to 1.
All right, cool. So his old lady got a little forgiving in her too. So let's get,
How you know?
I'm just saying that's the.
Come on, Ace.
It's like she say, come on, Ace.
No, I'm just saying, like, is that true?
Yeah, my
She's
wife,
very forgiving.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
So basically, you say you run your house.
Well, I'm not going to get on well, I got to keep it real. I try to run my house, but I try to do it fairly.
That's right.
Okay.
You know, even though I'm the head,
Right.
my wife is the neck.
That's right. I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
I like that.
I can't
So that means you can't turn or twist without her.
without her,
That's right.
but I still run it.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah,
it's got to be that way.
As long as you're going straight ahead.
Because I heard if you ain't running your house, burn it down.
Burn it down. It's wicked.
It's wicked.
That's what you heard.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I read it.
But
a
you know
man
what?
has to run his house.
I mean, the
that's
thing is, though, I
but at the
honestly-
same time, you have to be fair to
You
your
do
wife.
have to be fair, and I think that's what has been done so improperly over the years. I think that men have had the opportunity, they've had the leadership position, they've had an opportunity to run the house, and they've
Failed?
done such a horrible job at inclusion. You know what I'm saying? Equal inclusion for the women. That the women say, man, fuck this shit. I ain't just finna run behind no motherfucker about it. I can go out here. I can earn my own money. But they still have a very empty place. And we trying to fill that void. See, now, what Tameka gonna do is, she gonna say, nah, bitch, it's lit. We got damn.
I mean, I'm just saying I disagree because, like you said, a single black woman is the most happiest. So if you got a woman that said, fuck this shit, I'm going to go get my own shit and I'm going to go do this.
Yeah.
They so happy.
A single black woman
They
is
so
not
happy.
the happiest.
No, they happy. I'm telling you.
I don't think so.
You are
I'm going to
married.
say I don't
I
think
was
so.
married.
And
but
you heard? Are you heard?
For a time, I was not married. Okay? So, and in that time,
Let's hear about that.
when
did you
he
do?
wasn't married, in that time,
What you mean I wasn't married?
when you wasn't married, I cut myself
What that
away
mean,
from
you
you.
cut
I
yourself?
cut my
There was
ties.
a separation.
Right? It was a separation.
Oh,
Oh, we're
And
talking
you
about.
didn't tell me
wait
we
a
wasn't
minute.
married. I
We
could have went and got
talking about
married.
A break, a separation.
A break.
You talking about a break?
Okay.
Okay, during that time, let's hear it.
I was living the life.
What
and
kind
I
of
was
life
happy.
you were living,
I was-
baby? What the
I
fuck
went-
you was doing?
I went with no man. I didn't have no man. I didn't
You
have
did?
no man, and I didn't have no
You had a
male
bunch of little
company.
boys.
But I didn't have male company. But I
Okay.
didn't miss it either.
What?
That was a phase.
I really didn't. It was.
dig
It
what
might
I'm
have been.
saying?
I didn't miss
It-
it.
it
I was
was a
getting money.
it was a
I was running
phase.
my shit. I was goddamn kicking it. I was going where I wanted to go. I was. You know what I'm saying? I was having fun times.
You had a vacation.
It might have been. I'm
But
just
you-
saying.
You
You
just
did
you
not
just went
want-
to Miami and didn't eat no booty.
Yeah,
That's all you did.
I did
Okay.
not.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this: you had a vacation,
Yeah.
right? Every friend around you, if they're not married, they want to be married.
No, I have a
Why
friend.
is that?
I
we was
mean,
created
Listen, I have
to,
a friend
to be married.
Her friend,
do.
her
I have
friend.
And you
Yeah.
was
One
more
friend
happy not
that
being
I ain't
married.
gonna say she don't want to be married.
example
but
of
if she had
friends
to
is not,
find,
you know.
if she had the right man, but she just told me she want a white man with a lot of money, with a little dick. With
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
hey,
And
see?
she said she
See?
gonna give him 2 days to go do what he want to do. She cool. That's the kind of shit she on.
He ain't going to do nothing. He a white man with a little dick.
But she saying she all right with that because she don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? As long as he
She doesn't care. She's not in love
She
with that
not-
man.
There
she
you
don't
go.
have that man.
That
right
has
now.
been.
But that's what she's
but see,
saying.
that's
like,
what women are
she don't-
reducing themselves to.
she's
That's
not
about
really
what Dena
looking
is
for a
saying.
man at this
Right.
point.
She's not in love with that
She's
particular
not looking
man.
for a man either. She's like happy and content because she's been in so many bad relationships that when she got into the relationship, it was great. Like, oh, he's so protective, and then it got overbearing. Like, who you cheating with? Who you didn't? You ain't cheating. But that shit get on your nerves. So it's like, okay, I'd rather be without it. If that's what I'm gonna be, if I'm gonna be treated as I'm doing a crime every day, and I'm gonna get, I don't know how you gonna be. I don't know who you gonna be when you get home because you think I'm doing what I'm not doing.
Okay.
I'd rather be alone. So
Have
that's
you-
where
have
she's
you,
at.
Have you ever heard the saying, it's better to be loved than not love at all?
But can you be loved by someone else? You can be loved by millions of people other than a man. You don't have to have a man's love to feel whole. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
you don't.
I do believe, speaking from Dena's perspective, I think that you are incomplete and somewhat empty in a certain spot.
Well, Dena should
say I'm
answer the
not
question. Is she
incomplete.
more happy
Dena
without a
is the
man?
most experienced
Let me
about
be
being
clear.
lonely. So let's talk
Let
to
me be
Dena.
clear about this. I'm not incomplete, but your life is more enhanced when there is somebody else to share it with that you love and you're in that understanding.
So you mean to tell
I'm not
me?
disagreeing with that because I believe I feel the same
So
way.
that's what
But
I'm
I'm
trying to say.
saying if you and Dena
But by
doesn't have any
myself.
kids,
Right.
Dena don't have any kids, so like.
So you
for
staying in it
instance,
for the kids? That's what you're saying?
No, I'm saying for instance, for a woman that has kids and that was in a bad situation, she can do without because I got my kids.
Right.
I'm still
I get
getting
that.
love.
They get old.
I feel
They get old and they go on. You'll be you and some cats.
Not if you got babies. You still got
Or
18,
grandkids.
20, 15 years. You know what I'm
look,
saying?
right.
By that time, you better find you an old man that know how to appreciate you.
Old man.
You
An
settling.
older man. A
Now
man
you're
that you feel like is ready to be where you are. You see what I'm saying? It's levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
There's
is.
definitely levels, and there's different
I
time
respectfully
periods.
disagree.
So do I. So do
I respectfully
So do
disagree.
I honestly feel like if a woman don't want me, she don't want shit out of life. That's just me. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I'm
So-
not going to be
Well,
that
that's
arrogant and say anything
over
like.
the
I'm
Nah,
just
that's how
going
I
to
feel.
say
That's
about
how I feel. That's how I feel.
love.
That's how I feel.
Period.
I don't think
think
it's arrogance. I think it's
very
it's honest
arrogant.
confidence.
I
Nah,
think
this is
love in general is for everyone. We was created
Yes.
to love. We was
Yes.
created to be made.
Well,
we
why
was
ain't y'all loving?
We are loving.
No,
What you talking
We make
y'all
mistakes.
loving, spreading that shit around, getting all
Yeah.
kinds of shit, bringing it home.
That's not love.
You know, that's not
we
love.
make-
No,
mistakes.
Listen, you talking
No,
about
you got okay.
Miss Tameka, we
But
make
What about her
mistakes.
making the mistakes? Is it okay?
None
It's
of it
okay?
is okay.
I
It
don't
just-
know, like,
It
I
just
will say this.
okay, but okay.
I know where this is
I
going.
will say,
okay. Well, I had to. I'm a Christian. I try to be.
Oh shit!
I try to be.
Here we go.
And I had to.
We're bringing that Bible out.
I had to break the Bible.
Oh Jesus!
Jesus
Here we go.
himself said, "Forgive 77 times 7."
that's a lot.
And
Well, let me
forgive-
get my calculator. 77 times 7.
love has no. It don't keep
That
count.
144?
It
absolutely
bears
doesn't.
all things.
And it's free. If love
That
is
was the
equivalent to-
vows that y'all took. It bears all things. Love knows no end.
So I'm going back to my question: is it okay
539.
for her
It's 539
to be,
times.
say, I
77
messed
times
up
7.
5 times? Is it okay?
No, it's
So
not
five
Because
okay.
is number.
you just said God said to forgive 77 times 7.
That's 536.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Can you forgive 77 times
Well,
times
men
7?
don't forgive women like women forgive
you
men.
have to.
That's where we
well,
going.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
I
I'm
will
being
forgive you. I will not forgive him. I'll forgive you.
But
I
I'm
forgive
just
you.
saying.
I
It's a
understand.
double
77
standard.
times.
It's a double
Jesus
standard.
said it
I'm gonna
now.
shoot him in the head. but
Jesus,
I'm gonna forgive you.
Jesus
God.
said it.
I'ma
Now,
forgive
now,
you.
don't.
It's a
don't
double
shoot me.
standard.
Well, I ain't gonna say it. It's public opinion, because men are not frowned upon when we make mistakes or we make a bad decision.
Which is not agreed by all, by the way.
Yes, I was
Women,
gonna say
when
because-
women do it, society. It's not our fault. Society frowns upon.
Not
a
anymore.
woman.
Not anymore. Society like hoes.
But men will
No,
say
they like to
can't-
play with hoes. They don't take hoes home.
Men are marrying hoes now. They're marrying hoes.
They
Well,
are-
we
they
talking
are-
about
They taking
maybe
them
young
straight?
athletes.
Now,
who-
hoes are
who-
winning.
Yeah.
Hoes are
Hoes are
winning.
winning.
I'm
Hoes
so
are
no,
definitely winning.
they marrying
Hoes
hoes.
are definitely winning.
But you don't see
Ain't you
that.
glad
A
you
real
got,
man, a
ain't you
real
glad
man
you got
don't
married before
really
all that
want
started
one.
happening?
But these men out here, the way they
Yeah.
thinking they going down, they with it,
But that's not lasting long.
huh? A real man don't want it, but it ain't a lot of
Doug
real
in the
men.
corner
it's not
says a real man
it's
don't
not a
want
lot
that.
of real men out
Don't want
there
no hoe.
today. That's
Yeah.
the issue.
That was Dena's point.
my
That's to
point.
your point, Dena. You
So
said it's not a lot of real
therefore,
men.
They looking for the hoes and they marrying them.
And really, men don't know how to forgive a woman for stepping out. Typically, they don't allow it. I mean, they don't
right.
they don't take her back. It's a double standard. Like
I mean, it
they
ain't
don't-
really like, it ain't like we ain't gonna take you
well,
back. Like,
I
you know
could
what
beg
I'm
to
saying?
differ.
We finna go plot on this nigga though.
I could beg to know. I have
finna go plot.
friends who if when you're in love, it does that to anybody. I mean, just because you can only speak for the experience of the female perspective that you associate with. I know men who take more stuff off their women than I would ever do.
Right. I do too.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
So
what I'm
it goes both.
I do too.
I mean,
I know men who are kind of like very passive and shit when it comes to that kind of stuff.
But
Kind of like,
generally
don't ask,
speaking-
don't tell, I don't want to know, like that kind of
exactly.
shit.
Too
But
much.
that may be, it could be because they doing everything, or it could be that they're really in love.
Because
and
in
they
love.
just, yeah.
That is
They
love.
could be they really in love, and that's okay.
Okay.
Love is good.
Love is great. Love
so
is great.
good.
Love is phenomenal.
And we was designed to do that.
yeah, we were
Yeah.
made to
We
love.
was designed
We were made
to
to love and be loved. We definitely were.
And
So
be
look,
vulnerable to have love, because you have to
Absolutely.
be vulnerable for that.
But you know what? I'm gonna say I
Okay.
feel like
What you gonna say?
today. I feel like today, you know, more so than it was maybe back 10 years ago.
They have something
Marriage
to
is
drink.
becoming cool because a lot of guys nowadays want to be married.
Yeah, I started that shit.
They want to be married. Like it's cool. Like all the the artists and back in the day it was like, oh, I can't let nobody know I got a girl. This
Yeah,
is my
yeah.
my career.
And then
like
here
now,
I go.
Today
and then,
it's
and
like
here I go.
I'm married. This is my wife.
You dig
know
what I'm saying?
Yeah. That has changed. That has
changed.
Now let me ask y'all some questions. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask y'all some questions.
Oh, and there's one more thing before you jump in. I have to say this because you were talking about it earlier.
you wanna
But
say
I would
something
rather,
else?
what Future said, I'm not going to be crying in a Nissan. I just want to point that out.
Oh,
So you rather cry in a Rolls Royce?
Absolutely every single day.
I think that is the
So
most
wait,
craziest thing
whoa.
I've
Let me ask you this: you rather cry in a Rolls Royce than smile in a Nissan?
Well, I didn't say smile in a Nissan. If I'm going to cry, I don't want to be in a
But
Nissan.
I
I'm
know,
going to
but
cry in a Rolls
I
Royce.
understand
But if I'm going
that.
to smile in
I
a
feel like-
Nissan and cry in a Rolls Royce, I'll take the smiling in the Nissan.
Okay, got you.
Okay.
All right. Now let me ask you this question, and this is for both of the ladies at the table. I guess, and I guess in us
I
too.
give a male perspective.
Is it
it's warranted.
okay?
We'll upgrade the Nissan later.
Is it okay to confide in your Is it okay to confide in your best friends about your marriage? Why or why not?
depends on what. If your best friend is married, if they know some of the same things that you're going through, if they've been through some of the same things, if you could trust them. It depends on who you're talking about. Some things are not for everybody. But if you want some advice, it's best to go get some advice from someone that knows some of the things that you deal with on a regular, or by being married. Or being married.
And I agree with that, but I think some things are sacred that you never share about a relationship with other people, and you keep that to yourself, because what you don't want to do is now have people forming judgments about the person that you're going to still be with, and then it causes
And
kind
it
of
make you
this-
look. It
Well,
make you look
sometimes
some
you
way.
can't help that because it's public. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you
That's a
can't
good point.
help.
Well, if it's public,
you know,
well, see,
good point.
that's the thing. Well, if it's public, then then it's if the average person walking down the street has awareness of it, then the best friend, of course, would be
definitely. But I
confided
mean,
in.
yeah.
But this how I feel though. This is what my pastor buddy, Reverend Edwards, he said, in marriage, your husband or wife's biggest failures should be your best kept secrets.
Yeah, of course.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So and that goes back to what I said in the beginning. A marriage is the idea of two people coming together to form a team, right? So now if you guys have a team, even if the team ain't getting along, even if the shit ain't going the way you want it to go, but if it's a team, then you don't take the team business and go outside the team and start talking about it. That's just how I feel.
Right. Well, so there are things, key things that you don't discuss with anybody. Like if it's something that, your husband or your wife wouldn't want anyone else knowing, of course that's something you keep to yourself. If there's some small things like, how to deal with him, like not coming home or something of that nature, or what
How to deal with him not coming home.
or what do you do? He didn't
But
come home.
but that's
or,
not valid. That's
just
not valid.
venting,
I'm
or
gonna tell
just
you why.
Just venting. Somebody,
Just
you gotta
something small stuff.
Okay,
what
well,
I'm saying
maybe
is you gotta
you
have
have to have someone
someone
to
that
listen
you can
to.
talk to. Whether it's a
That's
therapist,
outside, yeah.
someone
A
that
third
can
party.
help you, digest everything that you're dealing with.
Because sometimes you just need to talk about it, and then you can move forward from it.
Right. Now let me ask you something, Tameka. Since we have Dena here and she's in dire need of advice, what is one piece of advice that you can give Dena and women like Dena to keep the flame going when she finds a man, so she can keep the flame going?
Yes.
I mean, I think you just got to be spontaneous. You got to be open-minded to, just trying to find new ways to keep your love hot.
You talking about now? You talking about your love hot or your lust hot? Because I think you need to keep your lust hot to keep your love.
You definitely
hot.
gotta. I mean, yes, you got. I think it's important to just important to be in love. Because you can love anybody.
What?
But to be, I mean,
I can't love
you can
anybody.
love anybody.
I can't love it.
It's just like
I
I love
can't
Doug.
You love lots of people.
I
Yeah.
love Dena.
Yeah, right,
but
right.
I mean,
you gotta be in love with a person.
We're talking
that
about
you want.
intimacy.
Keep the
though. We
in
talking
love.
about intimate love.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You gotta be in love. Like you can love 1,000,001 people.
I can't.
Staying in love.
That's
I
not
think
true.
that's-
Men be
I
loving be in love with this woman, this woman.
No,
That's
we
artificial.
lust. We
That's
lust.
artificial.
No,
It's
it's men that
artificial.
be
It's
hold up.
artificial. That's
It's
do
men
have, like,
that
real
feel like they in
relationships
love
going
with.
on. They have a
They
whole
have real
relationship.
relationships.
Even families. They have whole families.
Families.
going
So
on.
don't tell me that they don't be in love.
That's a
Man.
lustful
they don't-
desire.
Yeah.
When you really love
Yeah.
someone, when you
Man.
love
You have
someone,
succumbed to the lustful desires.
disagree.
that
I
So
don't
move
you
know.
can't be
There's
in
men
love
that
with
been-
two people at the same time.
You've
I agree
succumbed
with
to
that.
temptation.
But you can love multiple people at one time. But you can't be in love with
we
two
talking about
people.
intimate love. You can be intimately in love with several people.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think
No, I
I think y'all can.
I think we could be sexually
you say-
active with.
So
No,
you
I
saying?
think men
So
can,
you think
I
we
think
can,
men
but
can
you
fool
can't?
themselves to think that they're in love. Because
so?
you know why?
No, because we say
you
it.
know
I don't
why?
know. We
No,
lie and we
no.
say it.
You know why? Because the everything's great when it's new. So when you find something new and you're doing something new,
That's true.
you just be all into it. You think you just be so gone.
You be so
in
gone.
love.
You're
You
so
think,
in love.
Shut up, baby. Please. You think that anyway until you
Well, the
figure out
man
it's the same old
probably
bullshit. The
knows
shit that
he's
got
not
old
in
now.
love.
Huh?
The man probably knows he's not in love.
Nah,
but he
they
wants
don't.
To,
They don't be
he wa-
knowing.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure they don't.
But see, that's a good point because I've heard somebody say like everybody is crazy in a different way. It's what crazy you're willing to deal with.
Yeah, you know what? This is a quote from Bob Marley that I read, and it has stuck with me. And I even heard our great friend Jada Pinkett Smith. She also recited this, and the quote goes as follows:
Devil, what?
"Everyone you love in your life is gonna hurt you. The key is finding out who's worth suffering for."
Absolutely, because love is
Now,
being
and
vulnerable.
I'm talking about, let's just say, even if you have the perfect relationship, you get with your high school sweetheart, y'all get married right out of high school, stay married, have kids, and
At some point.
and there is no interruption in your faithfulness, or there is no break in your commitment to one another. One of y'all gonna die before the other one. That's gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out who's worth suffering for, whether it's having a perfect relationship and have someone die before you, or having a troublesome, tumultuous relationship all the way up into the point where it becomes great at a time for them to die
Well,
before
you
you.
can
When you
attest
old.
to
Either
that
way it
because
goes.
your
Old as
parents.
hell.
It ain't got to be old as hell. It just takes time.
No,
It just
because
takes
your
time.
parents stayed together forever, and my parents did too, and they got hurt because somebody passes before the
That's
other
what I'm
person.
saying.
But
So-
but the love is worth it. So it's a worth that whatever that pain
All
ends up
love
being.
is worth it. All
That's what I'm
love
saying.
is
So
worth
people
it.
are scared to get hurt, but they have
If it's
to
two
know.
people loving one another, all love is worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
If you the only motherfucker loving, then yeah, yeah,
Right,
maybe.
but the point is go out there and love because you are going to get hurt.
That's
but
right.
It's worth the love.
That's
it's
right.
worth it.
It's
outweighs.
better to have loved and to have lost than to never
Yes.
have loved at all. That's right. Shout out to Houdini, you know what I'm saying? Friends. How many of us have them? I also want to know, now, is there anything that I have stopped doing that you would like to see me bring back? Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't get my roses every month.
Wait, you get flowers all the time. I feel like
I don't get I used to get roses every month.
every month.
Every month.
Well, see, that was okay. So
I remember he doing that from prison.
I used to get roses every month.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, you
like
know,
that.
but listen, this is the thing, okay? So when we first got married, right? Every anniversary, every day of the 30th or 31st, I would send her flowers, different arrangements. I did.
Sure.
What do you mean, sure? What
I
do you mean?
said, sure, you
what do you
did.
mean? What do you
That's
mean?
what
What
I'm
do you
saying.
mean?
You did.
Goddamn right I did. How long did I keep it going?
A couple years.
What you do with all them roses?
From prison.
I just smelled them and just, appreciated them.
You threw them away. That's what
But
you
I
did.
love them.
But you threw
I
them
appreciate it.
away. I mean, I
Flowers
get it.
are to be thrown
But
away.
You see what I'm saying?
die.
So you want me to invest time, effort, energy, and resources into an object.
It takes
that
nothing for
will
you to call your assistants
inevitably-
and make sure that they're there every
Right.
month.
That ain't
But-
the point.
and it
We
just-
chopping down trees and hurting the
my goodness.
ecosystem just so.
You just want the thought.
There
It's
you
the
go.
thought.
That
Could
was
he
you-
write you
let me ask you
Could
this.
he
Let me
write
ask
you
you
a
this.
note?
Wait a
He can
minute,
write-
though.
yeah, it
But
could
look,
be
let me ask you this,
something,
though.
but
If I
it's
sent you a picture of some flowers and say,
No.
I want you to have
I
some
don't want
flowers.
a picture. That's not.
If I send you a picture of
That's
a
not a
garden
good thought.
with some dope flowers and say, man, these flowers made me think of you. That
But
ain't-
in Tip's
That-
defense, he
that-
goes
that's
all
okay.
out.
That's
That's okay.
okay.
He
Okay.
does
That's
go
okay.
all out sometimes.
Well, you
you
did
just-
ask. You did
do.
ask what did she want.
I mean,
It
I
ain't
did.
about what
It ain't about what we think.
did.
It's about what she
want.
want, and that's what she want. Okay, fine.
Because y'all just came back from several trips.
So you want
Well,
more
that
flowers.
is. He asked her a specific question.
That's true.
What
I
did
asked
she
her a
want?
specific question.
Specific.
And she gave a specific answer. That's what she misses.
Right. Okay.
So,
Okay.
homeboy, get back on it.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
We'll write that down.
you
We'll
know,
put that in the
flowers,
notes.
flowers
But you
ain't.
could do something else. I mean, but it was the thought.
See,
that,
see, the fact that she asked me that, like, that's exactly what I'm not gonna do now.
Yeah.
The fact that
Listen.
she said
It
that,
did
but I
ruin-
asked
but
just
you
to hear.
asked
I
her.
wanted to know.
well, why would you ask and then say I'm not gonna do it? Like,
No,
why
wait a
did
minute,
you-
wait a minute.
why did
Because
you act
guess
like
why?
you care
But guess
enough
why?
to know
I do
if you're
care.
not gonna
I
do
do
it?
care, but I wanted to see what level of thinking you want because I'm gonna do better.
Now,
You
now,
dig what I'm
I
saying?
can't wait
now-
to see.
Now,
You dig what I'm saying?
I
mean,
can't wait to see this.
now,
You
I will
understand?
give my homeboy. He can toot his horn, so to speak, on that one
props.
because if he asks you for one, just to supersede it and make it better.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I
Kudos
mean,
to my-
I'll
to
toot his
my
horn
partner.
over that too, because he
Yeah,
always
you go. Yeah, my horn
supersedes,
will be tooted.
You know, those
My
kind of
horn
things.
will be tooted.
okay.
And I greatly appreciate them.
Man, I greatly appreciate you, and I think that a woman, the best thing that a woman can do for a man is properly motivate him with action. You know what I'm saying? I think that if a woman steps out there first and like, hey, look, I love you whether you want me to or not, and you know, and my actions are going to show that, then that man at that point has an obligation and a responsibility to meet that said affection, love, and desire with as much or more. I have a saying. I ain't gonna never let nobody bring no more to the table than I'm willing to bring to match. You ain't gonna never do more for me than I do for you. Not ever. I mean, of course, now we all have our areas that we excel in. You know what I'm saying? But overall,
I like it.
I'm going to put just as many smiles on your faces as you put on mine. You understand? So that's how I feel. And I think that if more men took that attitude,
Yeah.
I actually take pride and pleasure in, you know what I'm saying, knocking her socks off. You dig what I'm saying? I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm in total control. She don't know what to do with herself. She's just in complete awe, and you know what I'm saying. And that in that moment, it don't last long now, guys. Be advised. This is not a long-term effect. You know what I'm saying? But you get you a good 12 to 24 hours, maybe.
Oh man.
Depending, you know what I'm saying? You get a good 12.
How extravagant you
know,
want.
how extravagant, how great, how grandiose the gesture may be. You know what I'm saying? You get you a good 12 to 24 hours. You understand that?
You get 48 hours sometimes.
48 hours sometimes.
72 hours.
Get what?
But we
That's
know
'cause
there should
I
be
go
at least-
above and beyond. I'm to the moon and back with mine.
Now,
you understand
now,
what I'm
okay,
saying?
now.
I put a lasso around
Me
a
too.
star and pulled that motherfucker
Shouldn't it
down
be longer
to the
than
garage.
48 hours?
Well, my
I mean, no, but, okay, if we being totally honest, if a man goes through that much,
What about?
Okay. Now we on one subject.
Okay, go ahead.
We on one subject. We're gonna be fair. I just want to know if he goes through that extreme, because he asked you, what did you want? You know, he got something planned or to overdo what you wanted. Exceed your expectation. So now I'm asking, would you? Let me see how.
Choose your words carefully,
Yeah, because I know.
Because the world of women are listening.
Yeah, they are listening.
And Dena is.
I'm right here.
She's side-eyeing the shit at you right
What's
now.
up, Ace?
Shouldn't you appreciate more to encourage more gifts? So if I go beyond my needs or beyond my means to put this smile on your face.
Now, I have done that before, too.
I know.
I remember, you know what I'm saying, I done bought
Spent
shit
your
when I
last
didn't
dollar?
need. Man, what?
And you get
Charge it on your credit card.
Nah, not my credit card. Nah, I was bankrolling myself at the
Okay.
time.
Yeah, it was cash. Okay,
You know what
but
I'm saying?
when
you remember the first car I bought you?
The Range Rover?
Nope, it was not.
He's bought so many cars you
The
can't
Hummer.
even remember.
It was a Hummer.
Oh my
did.
God!
How long did that last?
It lasted a long time.
No, the smile.
Nah, that was back, man. She loved my dirty drawers every day and night back then. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all was new.
That was
Yeah.
fresh.
It
That
was new.
fresh.
It was new. And the thing is though, right? Even when I was in prison, even when I had to serve time and do shit, I still was buying cars and rings. I was from prison, sending big diamond rings, you know what I'm saying, to events that she was having, and you know what I'm saying, like flooding. Like I think she had a birthday party with her friends, and I had like big bouquets of flowers, diamond rings, and shit. And I'm on the wall phone in the joint, like, yeah, what'd she say?
15 minutes.
What did she say? Hold up, I can't hear you. I gotta go. I call you right back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit to me is what I take pride in. I appreciate that unspeakable look on your face.
That's your love language.
And he did do that, and I appreciated it. And
So how we get down to 48 hours?
I appreciated it so much that I didn't go out. I didn't go nowhere. I stayed in the house, and I was always at home and being where he could find me at all times.
Well, I was there too. So, but okay, that's
so
what
you
we
know,
expect.
I mean,
You know what I'm
reciprocity.
saying?
The
It's a
laws
give
of
and
reciprocity are
give and take.
inevitably in order. Now, you know what I'm saying? So,
But how we get to 48 hours now?
No,
That's
first
not a
of
lot
all-
of encouragement
first of
to do
all,
something
48 hours, because it depends on how much
I mean,
the
I'm
woman
all right with the 48
puts
hours.
in
You all right
time.
with it?
Yeah, I'm all right to 48
It
hours.
depends
It's the
on how much
45
the
Not a
minutes.
week.
It's the 45
how
minutes
much
I
the
can't
woman
do.
puts into it to get whatever she's got. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to whatever he's gifted her or whatever he wanted to fit. He felt like she deserved it for some reason.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to put that into consideration too. What did she do for him to feel like she deserved it?
But how we do this?
So-
We just say, okay, 47 hours. You got one more hour, and I'm back.
No, you
being
don't time
unappreciative.
it. You don't time
Nah,
it.
it runs out organically. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know, it's like 1 minute it's like very like, you know, affectionate and sweet and understanding, and then it's like, nigga, didn't I say? You know
But
what
you
I'm
know
saying?
what?
But would
And
you
that
Let
shit
me tell you
switch.
something else. Let me tell you something else.
Uh-oh.
You got to be careful too, because sometimes men do a lot of things for you so they can shut you up. And they think it's gonna shut you up, and they go
See,
do
it's
it.
that kind of
they
mentality
go-
that led
but
to the 48 hours.
They go in, and you know, next thing you know, you can't get them on the phone. You like, you know what I'm saying? What happened?
So would you rather have
No,
the
that
gifts,
was-
or would
I'm
you
just-
rather
No,
have
I'm
the
not-
time,
I'm not
quality
necessarily
time?
talking about this, but I'm saying this in
Hypothetically.
situations.
We
yeah,
hypothetically.
Nobody
that kinda
nobody
happens.
does. that.
Tameka,
What
would
do
you
you
rather have?
That's because look, it's that what it is. It's the investment.
But-
Wait a minute, let me tell you. It's the investment. You understand what I'm saying? They're just like if I was to say that a woman would, because honestly, as you spoke love languages, okay, so a woman's love language, what she do is she speaks with physical affection.
Sometimes.
So she rewards you with physical affection. She gives herself to you, which is the greatest gift one could give. You dig what I'm saying?
And acts of service.
Right.
All right, but all that, and you know, like for instance, okay, a woman dresses sexy to attract attention, but don't want sex to be the first thing on your mind. Okay, a man throws a bunch of cash out there to show you he got money, but don't want you to ask him for none. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we both have our specific love languages. I'm doing my thing the way I do my thing. You doing your thing the way you do your thing. It's just the effect that these gestures are having on one versus the other. I don't think that, because I'm not finna invest as much as I have invested in you, you know what I'm saying, and do the kinds of things that I do, and then turn around and just not answer the phone for no reason.
No, but I'm not saying you, but I
think we was talking about
just,
hypothetical.
Yeah, hypothetically,
Okay.
because I was just with someone the other day, and they was like, "Oh yeah."
What you said you were with somebody?
No, my homegirl. My homegirl came over and she was like, "Oh yeah," and her friend said, "Oh yeah, he done went and broke out his bread on you. You know, spent a lot of money. You know, he, you know what I'm saying, that's his way to say he finna be out." So she was going to the club, and I'm like, hold up, but I'm saying,
Is that their understanding?
But that's preposterous.
No, but
that's
it's
preposterous.
just-
What
it's
basis does she have to build such a conspiracy?
because she was going out, and I knew when she was going out, I'm like, what you doing going out? She don't never be going out. She be trying to get home. So she trying to get to the club. Obviously,
See,
her
that's
and this
another
man
thing.
ain't on the right terms,
See,
but he
that's
just
another
broke bread
thing.
on her.
That's another
spit
thing.
out
That's
on
an
her.
assumption.
That's
not-
horrible.
I'm telling you, this
That's
is
horrible.
what they
She,
said.
no,
and
no, no.
honestly,
She
they
got
know
carried
it.
away.
But no, your friend
She jumped to
assumed.
conclusion. Your
My
friend jumped to a
knows her, though.
conclusion.
She
Huh?
knows her and her man.
No,
So
but what
she
I'm trying to
knows
say is, the friend who has the man who did the great thing for her that she assumed meant that he was going to do something that she wouldn't like. She assumed that. She has no basis or justification.
He was
for those
already
actions.
doing something she didn't like because that's why she was going to the club.
So she's going
See,
to the
that's the
club
thing.
to
She
get
shouldn't be
back
going to the
at
club. That's
him.
what you shouldn't do. Vengeance is
No,
of the
I don't
Lord's.
think she was
Yeah.
getting back.
Just to go.
She's just trying to get
out.
get
out
out
and
so
just-
she can keep
Why?
her head off of what.
Why? Did she normally?
You know what
she
she
wouldn't
should be
go
doing?
anyway.
She go out every now
But you
and
know
then,
what she
but
should
she
be
don't
doing?
go out with her man at
But
home.
when
with
you
You
go
know
out
what
with
she
your
should be doing?
girlfriends,
But
it's
you know
a
what
whole
she should be
different
doing?
thing.
what?
She should be sitting down with that man, figuring out what the understanding is. Listen, I feel like you did this because of this, and hear what he has to say, and clarify their position, where they stand. Going out to the club just creates more confusion and doubt for you and him. That shit don't fix nothing. If she were to say to him or pull up on him, hey man, look, you just did a great thing for me, and I appreciate it, but it's hard for me to show my appreciation if I feel like you out here doing this, that, and the other. And they should have a conversation about that.
They should.
He should be able to address that. Her going out to the club is only going to muddy the water
Put more
even
fuel in
Because
the
more.
it's not tit for tat. Love is not tit for tat. So you don't do something to get back at
Right.
somebody, or you don't do something because somebody did something and now you have to do something. It's not
Right.
about that. You can keep doing, and you
Right,
can
I don't think it was about that. I don't think she was trying. I
Well,
don't
we
think
need to
going
bring
out
them
with-
in there so they
honestly,
can speak
I'm
for
saying,
themselves.
Honestly,
We need to
I'm
bring
saying,
them in
I don't
here so they can
think
speak for
that
themselves.
She was going to do anything, but I think
You don't
she
think,
wanted
but she
to be,
did, though.
Yeah,
But she wanted him
Okay,
to
yeah, so she
believe.
did do
no,
something.
she just wanted to be not at home
And
waiting
going out
on
with
a
your
man that's
girlfriend.
not coming
Sometimes
home.
going out
Why
with
didn't
your
she want to
girlfriend.
be with her man and
He
find out what was
wasn't
going
home.
on?
Yeah, he was out.
Okay.
What you mean? Where he at?
Are you getting
We
it?
don't
That's
know
what
where
the
he is.
point
Okay,
is.
Because he wouldn't answer
I'm
the
getting a better
phone.
understanding. I'm getting a
He
better.
didn't-
I'm
he
getting
didn't
a better
answer the phone.
understanding.
We
Now,
don't know
she
where
didn't-
he is.
But she.
She's going out with her girlfriends.
Okay.
So
No.
now she's like, okay, did these great things for me. Now I can't find them.
Is she worried? I would be worried.
I don't.
But I have this to say to your friend, whoever that friend is.
Okay,
I don't know.
let's see it.
If you're a good girl, don't let nothing and no one make you a bad girl.
That's real.
Have your own integrity.
That's
no
real.
matter how somebody treat you,
That's real.
remain your good self.
It's
I
some
agree with
shit
that.
that will be, it should still remain off limits for you just because of the person that you are.
Exactly.
I definitely agree with that. But
And
I think
everybody,
that
including your mate and that guy who left, and this coming from a male perspective, of someone who probably have done such things. I would appreciate my woman staying at home.
Yeah.
And I would see that
even
more.
if he did.
But would you change your ways because she's staying at home? No,
Yeah,
you still gonna be the same man.
You may.
Okay.
You may.
You may
You
not.
may.
Have
What
you
if-
ever? Okay, I'm gonna give you a
hold on.
perfect example.
What if you've been doing whatever you've been doing and she been staying at home for 3-4 years and the same old
Nah,
thing
it don't
still
take
going
3-4
on?
years.
Don't say that it don't.
I'm gonna give
It
you
don't take 3-4 years for that particular.
I'm gonna give you a
So,
perfect
I'm just
example
asking,
of
you
what
think
I'm talking
that
about.
She's gonna continue on just
when he
staying
come back that
home,
night,
or-
look, if she stay home that night, right? This how I feel this best played. If she stay home that night with that doubt in her mind, even though she wanted to go out, I feel like the next time she see him, whether he come in at 4:35 in the morning and she's in the bed and he gets in and she, you know how y'all wake up and we think y'all sleep, but y'all really be up.
Because we're mad.
Okay, that duly noted. Well, what you should do with that anger is use it as tackling fuel to find some clarity with it and understanding.
Sure.
So when he gets in the bed or whatever, he's like, hey, I could have went out and I could have really acted out and I could have been this and I could have did that.
But
I chose not to. How many more times you think that's going to happen?
How much you think that's gonna work?
Shit.
a good point.
You got to
Like-
try it first.
But I'm just saying.
We have
Do you
nothing
guys-
to base
Okay,
our
but-
hypothesis on.
But
we
okay,
must experiment.
If you say that,
That would touch
if you
me.
say that,
that would
That would hit me.
If
That
she
would hit
say
me.
that-
Or if you was to
If
say
she
something like that, if
say
you to say
that
something like,
2
well,
days
how
later-
would you feel if I did to you what you just did to me?
I would feel that. 'Cause
I feel that.
I don't-
That shit would rattle
I
my
know-
fucking
y'all
soul.
don't
This
expect
coming
them
from-
to do that to you, so you don't.
No,
that shit go in
the
when
thought
it's
of
in.
it.
The
See,
thought of
that's
it.
what it is,
Other.
right? See, what women, all women got to do is toss the thought out there.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? All women got to do is toss the thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
For
know.
a man to get your attention, he got to do some shit. But women, all they got to do is toss the thought out there. How would you feel if
How
I
does it
was
work?
to?
How does the thought?
I'm just saying.
well,
I just
well,
told you. I
how
gave
does
you a
it work?
perfect example just now. I just gave you a perfect example. Yeah, I just gave you a perfect
So you
example.
guys would
Because
really
a man
think
does
twice.
not want to take a threat. Like you come, I'm gonna do what you did. Okay,
Nah,
we
it
at
ain't no
war.
threat. But if you
But
pose
if
it
you
as a
come,
question,
if you come and come in, like she did it, like the scenario of the woman said, "Hey, now you just coming in what it's 3-4 in the morning, and I couldn't get you on the phone, or
Now,
whatever,
I thought-
whatever that was."
I thought to go out and do exactly the same thing. Occupy my mind, have a good time, find me somebody that I could be around that would keep me from thinking about you. But then I said no, because that would make me just as horrible of a person as you have been.
If you
And I'm not
telling
going
me-
to
you
allow
think that-
myself
I
to
do.
be that
I do.
horrible.
So
And
you
I think,
guys are gonna be
she
I think
care
our
more
male
about
listeners
being
would
horrible. She
would
care
agree.
more about it,
I'm
not
just
being
telling you.
horrible.
Yeah,
Is
that
she
will
not
work.
care
Hey,
about?
no, look, check this out. But check this out, though. But check this out.
Horrible?
Check this out. If we walked in this room to remain the exact same as we were when we came, then, your mindset's already in the wrong place. But if we looking for new perspectives and different things and different methods to apply to have a better outcome and a better resolution with better understanding, I'm offering some.
But-
You don't have to take it.
I understand
But
that, but
I
what happens
really
if she
insist-
doesn't? What happens if she gives that and it doesn't? It doesn't change.
Now,
anything?
I would tell you what happens if it doesn't change it, only if you tell me what happens if it does.
Yes, we had to try it first.
What happens if it does?
Yeah, what happens if it does?
does?
What
That
happens if
mean-
she tries it and it does change?
Then then it worked. I mean, it was great.
Then
I
that means she
everybody's
shouldn't have
happy.
went out, right?
Everybody's happy,
But I can tell you from a male perspective, that would get me. Not the coming at me with
If you go out and I
with
find
the
out you went out, I was like, oh shit, it's on.
we at war.
Yeah,
now
it's
how
on.
I'm supposed to respond to that?
It's on.
I got to. I mean,
why? Why she can't go out?
Nah, it ain't that
nah,
she can't go out, but
you only
do-
did
it's
it,
re-
worry
you
about
did it for ill reasons.
It's-
You don't know why
it's
I can't. I did it because I was at
retaliatory.
home by myself and I
It's
wanted to go out.
retaliatory.
No,
But okay,
why-
just
why
like
can't
she
it be-
know. Okay, hypothetically, just like she knew him that he was doing whatever his thing.
She
You don't
thought.
know his
But
woman.
actually, she
don't
thought.
know.
Yeah, well,
She
okay,
thought.
whatever.
No.
She thought.
Hypothetically, whatever she thought, and you said she knew her husband or the guy. She knew her dude. He knows her too.
Yeah.
So if she went out,
But
and
see,
she
what
normally don't go out,
Right, what she did,
he would know.
Right, what she did stepped outside of what he knows of her.
Exactly.
What he did is within what she knows of him.
No,
you see what I'm saying?
No. Well, first of all, I'm
So
not
he
saying
don't normally
she never
go out. He
goes
just
out.
chose this night to
I'm
go
not
out.
saying she never goes out. I'm
Well,
saying
it's a bad example,
normally she's at home. She's going home. You know what I'm saying?
he
but
knows
she
her
do
to
go
be there.
out every now and then.
Okay, got you. But
She's
if
out
she's
in the
going
club.
out and she's going out in a retaliatory fashion to
intention.
get back at him for what she believes, thinks, or assumes he is doing, that's going to come across as vengeance, vindictive, and it's going to be taken as an article of warfare.
Yes.
Do men ever do that?
Of course
men
we
ever?
do.
Yes.
What do you mean? Do we do what?
Do we
Wait,
do what?
let me. What?
Yeah,
like
what?
you know, like you feel like, oh, my woman was, you know, I couldn't get on the phone and this and that. So I'm finna go to the club.
No, we're gonna find her.
Dude. Okay, that's your answer.
I mean, everyone is falling short of the glory.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Some
we
So
are.
point
I
in
mean,
so
time
this
in
is, see
their
what I'm
life.
saying? You
Nah,
just-
but I'm not
you
trying to
just
say
raised a
it's
big-
not excusable.
But you
It's not
just
to be-
raised a big point.
I
How
raised a big
It
point.
would be so much better if she do this, but you
But it's
didn't
gonna
just
be
say
so
that.
much
It's
worse
war.
when the man do it, though.
It's war.
It's gonna go so far. It's gonna go so much farther. Be so much extreme because
All you had to do is
it's
have a
best
simple
to not-
conversation.
Look, that's just like right.
Is that really going to work, guys?
Is
How many
it so
times
much
does it
worse
work?
when
If
a
he
man
keeps
does it,
doing
or
the
is it
same
worse when a
thing.
woman does it?
Worse when a woman does
It's
it.
very much worse when a woman. Listen.
So you think the
The
answer is going and doing
Wait
it?
a
No, a
minute.
man
Wait a
will
minute.
take it
Wait a
further.
minute. Wait a
A
minute.
man will take it
the
further.
outcome is worse
Yes.
when a woman does it. However, it will be taken farther when a man does it.
Right.
But all that being said,
I'm still trying to figure out.
I'm so happy that we were able to come here. I'm extending myself to you. Do you not see? Okay.
Oh, my God.
I'm so happy that we are able to have, such a healthy dynamic within the relationship, and we can communicate
And be able to help some
so
people
freely
out there.
and use our experiences to help other lonely single people.
But
in
you
the
didn't tell me
world
how to find a
love
man.
like Dena.
Well,
so
I have some insight on that.
okay, let's hear from somebody who has a woman. Who's
okay.
not single.
The perspective of I would like to give you my
Go ahead.
perspective. I would say
Certainly.
a lot of single women. I know you're not gonna like what I'm saying, but just
It's
hear me
okay,
out.
man. This is a safe place.
You said
man.
no
You're free
judgment.
to
I'm
speak.
safe.
It's a no judgment
I'm
zone.
safe. I like to be safe.
Yeah, you
Okay.
safe.
I think the standards of these women and what they call inside of a man, just like the statement of I'd rather be in a Rolls Royce than a Nissan.
If I'm
She
gonna
said she'd rather cry
if I'm gonna
in a
cry,
Rolls Royce
I don't want
than
to.
a
I
Nissan.
would I would smile in a Nissan all
Okay,
day.
but we still talking about a Rolls Royce.
So
That
that
was-
is basically the standard. That
It's the
is
standard.
standard of acceptance.
What is the
you
subject of-
accept
what was the
suffering.
subject?
You will accept suffering in a Rolls Royce. Is basically what you just said with that
Rather
statement.
than suffering while not
but,
having any money.
But a nigga
to-
know that if he got a Rolls Royce, he could cause you to suffer.
No, because I'm not saying. I'm just saying
No,
if
you
I
just-
had to
yeah, that's
pick.
what you
If I
said.
had to pick.
Whether you said it or not, that's what you said.
No, what I'm saying is if I would rather be in a Nissan smiling. I would be smiling in a
But
Nissan.
I offered that option to you. You didn't offer that option to yourself. Right. What you said was, I'd rather cry in a Rolls Royce than a Nissan. You didn't say, I would rather cry in a Rolls Royce than smile in a Nissan, or I'd rather smile in a Nissan
I was
than
just
cry in a Rolls Royce.
I was reciting the future.
Okay.
And Future said it to benefit his circumstances.
Clearly.
Okay.
Well,
so
what is
you
the
just
subject
spoke to
of that
his
statement?
point.
Is it not the Rolls Royce?
I
Because it's
think-
not love.
To be honest with you, I think she'll cry in a Ford F-150.
I like a Ford F1. I like Ford F1.
You see what I'm saying? Didn't I tell you?
What
Didn't I
cool?
tell you?
What
Didn't I tell you?
I would say.
As long as it's the Harley
Well,
Davidson
the
package.
great thing.
I would
My
say.
point
the
is, what I'm
King's
not going to
Ranch.
do is like be with some. Okay, so
The great thing about him, him saying crying in a Rolls Royce and whatever. He also put that same person in position to cry in whatever she wants to cry in because she makes her own money, and he put her in position to do that. So at the end of the day, he was able to lift her up at the same time, even though, and everybody know, love hurts. So even though he may have hurt her, he was able to also help her at the same time and build her. And she's building her own empire now. So whether or not she wants to be with him or not, she can cry, and she got G-Wagons and Rolls Royces and whatever else she want to have.
Yeah, because
now.
we didn't say that he bought the Rolls Royce.
Okay,
we're just saying
well,
that.
Well, now we're doing a lot of hypothetical.
Okay.
We're doing a lot of hypothetical because the subject of the matter.
This is real deal.
Yeah.
Okay, real deal is from a male perspective. I can only speak from a male perspective. A man wants to know you love him and you want him. Well, me, I'm gonna speak for myself.
Only.
No matter what I had, if I had
right.
Because my situation there, I was in prison for a long time, and I didn't have. I lost everything. So
did your woman stay by your side during that time?
yes, well,
good.
Yeah, not the entire time, but
not the entire time.
Well, she came in when I was in my lowest. But but you see what I'm saying, and that can never be taken away.
It can't.
You see what I'm saying? But if you come, and this is me speaking to the single. If you come in the picture and the Rolls Royce is the subject, so I have to have
it's
this.
It's not for me.
Well, you said Rolls Royce, and
if I'm gonna cry.
Okay.
Because the other part about it is, I'm not with the man for his money or his Rolls Royce. I'm with the man because I love him.
Right.
I think that's the assumption. You know what I'm saying?
I think all women have been with a man
because of money.
No, because
they just love them.
They love them.
And
he just happens to have money.
Yeah, because for instance, you didn't have money when I got with you.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So
I didn't have as much. I definitely
didn't have as much. You had like little street money.
Yeah, I did.
You know what I'm saying?
I did. I mean, but I was up at like the high 5 figures.
I mean, I don't know about all that. You didn't need, I don't know.
$80,000-$90,000.
Well, that's why y'all are
here. You didn't
here.
have a place to live.
I didn't. But that's only because of my credit. That was only because of my credit.
Well, that's why you are here today, because you love him.
But see, but
he took it that you loved him regardless of what he had. And that's why he doesn't mind giving you the world now.
True.
So that is my
that's amazing.
Advice.
But what I'm also saying is, if I'm going to work hard and have my own things, and I can do my own thing.
Hey, we gonna roll. Y'all just could divide this into as many useful segments as possible. Okay. We can have a part 1, part 2, part 3. We just gonna go until we we stop saying shit that's beneficial to the subject.
Oh, they have to go, I think.
Oh, they got to close the building.
Yeah.
I've been kicked out of better places than this. Nah, but look, I heard you say that somebody put somebody in a position to do more than
they did.
Who?
I was saying the person we was talking about crying in Rolls Royce future.
Okay.
Okay, and that stemmed from someone he was talking about.
How you know these people business?
Because they put it on social media.
No.
Yes, they did.
They didn't say who he was talking about.
We know who he was talking about.
We knew who they was talking about.
Okay.
Who were they talking about? Well, tell me the TV.
Let's go with facts.
What I'm saying
let's go with facts. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know none of that.
At the time, him and one of his baby mothers were going back and forth. And that's where it came in. But what I'm saying to you is he also put her in position to where she's now her own boss. She's self-made. She's doing her own thing.
Whoa. First of all, if he put her in a position, she ain't self-made.
Well, she's self-made now.
No. That ain't how that shit works.
But I'm saying,
that ain't how that shit works.
His name ain't on her shit. His name ain't on her shit.
If you know he put her in position, she ain't self-made.
The word is independent now.
Everybody's been put in position for something, but that don't mean they ain't self-made. Everybody has had somebody to help them put them in some kind of position.
If your man put you, if your man, your baby
he's not her man anymore, but at the same time...
You know too much of these people.
I take that back. I don't know whose man he is, but I'm just saying, at the same time, I don't know that... I don't see them together, but at the same time, I know she's doing her thing. She's in position.
Shout out the Future, the head captain of the City Boys. And he is definitely leading the City Boys into a miraculous victory. It has been.
I want you guys to tell me what I need to do to find the right man.
Take those goddamn god-awful overalls off. That's the first thing. That is the first thing.
Overalls are cute.
Take those god-awful overalls off.
Thank you, Tameka.
People wear overalls,
I was here for work. I had no idea.
Check this out. Yeah, you're right. Look, Dena, I just be fucking with you.
Makeup.
I just really be fucking rocking with you, man. Just because it's fun.
Oh, really?
And comical and easy to do.
For you.
Such low-hanging fruit. Such low-hanging fruit for comedy. But I will say, I think you can have any man you want, but I will bring to your attention the fact that I know to be true. You find what you're looking for as soon as you stop looking for it.
I believe that.
Okay. I accept that. I do accept that.
And also,
I accept
secondly,
that. Mm-hmm.
you squeeze soap too tight in the shower, it slip out your hand. So, you know what I'm saying?
I don't have any soap.
No,
my
metaphorically, he's saying
it's a euphemism.
I know. Okay, all right, you're right.
don't grip it too tight.
Fine.
You dig what I'm saying?
No, because love is about freedom. Like, you should be able to feel like it's freedom.
Yeah.
Like, it's synonymous with each other.
Is it possible that it has come to you and you just
And
didn't
you
like
overlooked it.
And you just didn't like the guy who...
A lot of time, what I saw
What's
is
timing?
that a lot of women, right?
standards.
They friend zone the people who
They should be
really
dating.
are the best ones for them.
That
I
love
feel
you.
like you have to have that chemistry with that person
Yeah.
because, like, the chemistry is that special part because you can be compatible with a lot of people and be friends with a lot of people, but it's that chemistry that keeps that spark going.
If you
and that-
friend zone someone, that means you don't have that whatever it is that makes you go.
You know how
further.
many women that I've met that were married to men for decades that said, you know what, when he first approached me, I didn't like him at
Right.
all. I didn't feel anything.
heard
I didn't think he was the one. They've been married for 30 years.
But they didn't know. They didn't know them. So you got to
You
get
learn
to
But
know
to
what
them.
if
grow-
you, what if
you
you
grow.
But
friend
if
zone
you
them?
friend zone them, you never get to know them in
But
that
sometimes
way.
you can be friends and turn into lovers. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you become friends
You know,
and you
we
get to
started
know
to be
one
friends.
another.
We started out as friends.
You got to be
Why don't
friends.
we
Yeah.
tell each other how we met? How did we meet?
I met you in the mall, sir.
Yeah, you met me in the mall.
Lennox
Guess
Mall?
what though? But guess what though? I had been eyeing you for quite some time.
Man, please. I saw you one time at the
Yeah,
studio, I
Yeah,
think.
I saw you at the studio. I tried to talk to you
But
then.
you was
You
a
weren't
little
thinking.
child.
I was a child. No, see, that what you're thinking. That what you're thinking. I was a real
You was probably
man.
like 12.
So
I
you were
wasn't
plotting.
fucking
If I was
12.
15, 16.
I would I would probably by
12.
You weren't 15, 16.
When I first seen you in the studio at Jazz and Phase, no.
Yeah, you
I
were
might have been
grown.
17, 18.
Nah, you were grown as hell because I wasn't
No.
even around at that time. I didn't get in the game until I was 18, 19. So when you saw me, I was about 18, 19.
No.
Yeah.
Couldn't have.
Jazzy Faye
No.
Noontime didn't even exist at the time when you talking when you was 15, 16.
They did? Because
No,
I remember
ma'am.
working with Jazz and them when I was.
No, you might have worked
Okay.
with them, but not in the building where
Oh,
I saw
Noontime.
you. The building that I saw you in King's Plow. Okay, when Jazzy Faye, Noonie, Measy, Mace, all them had Noontime. Ryan Glover, all them.
Yeah.
Chris Hicks. That was in 2000, yeah, about 99, 2000. I was 19, 18, something like that. And I tried to get with you. You weren't really paying me no never mind. You dig what I'm saying? I don't know if it was my 85 Suburban or, if it was the big Desert Eagle I had hanging out my back pocket.
No, I was
You
in
was
a
in the mall with the
relationship.
Eagle?
Huh?
You was in the mall with the Eagle?
Nah, not the Eagle. I went in the mall with the Eagle. It was
Okay.
in the car when I was in the mall. I'm talking about the
Okay.
studio.
Okay.
At the studio.
I was definitely in a relationship.
You were definitely in a relationship, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I
You
didn't care
care
nothing
nothing
about
about
that. But look, though, this is the thing, okay? Now, what is the best time that you can remember having
Ooh.
around me? And did you expect it?
Baby, I to be honest with you, my memory's very selective, and
Oh, shit.
I don't remember. It's been so many good times. I will say it's been a lot of good times for me to just pick one or to I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you think of?
I mean, one time in that dentist office, the dentist
Oh,
in the
man,
bathroom at the
please.
dentist office, that was a great time for
What?
me, I will say. Hey, man, ain't nothing like going to get
Y'all was coding?
ain't nothing like going to get your teeth clean and get your rod clean, too.
Oh,
Man,
oh my God.
All right, and with that being said, man, I will bid you all farewell, man. It's been lovely to have my my
Good
guest
time.
and life partner.
People love you guys, by the way. They love y'all's relationship. They love watching you guys
Man,
grow.
I appreciate it. They just
They
love
really
being
do.
nosy and in other motherfuckers'
No,
business. That's really
they
what
are
love.
rooting for you guys to stay
And guess what?
together
And
forever.
now, because you came on expeditiously, Dena,
Yeah.
they are rooting for you too.
Amen, Lord.
You
Yes.
understand that?
Thank you.
You understand
Well,
that?
I hope today that y'all got some good advice about being married. It ain't always
Not about
sunshine.
being married, about finding the person you supposed to be married to.
But that's the ultimate goal.
Because once you get married, like, you kind of overcame most of the toughest part. Actually, putting yourself in the mindset and developing the mentality of, I'm going to be married and be with this person for forever. Once you have overcame that, because once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like once you're locked up, you ain't getting out till you get out.
Yeah, you get
You understand?
Yeah.
The hardest part is motherfucker turning himself in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very easy to get in.
It's very,
It's so
hard to
to
get out. So, I mean, I think that if any of our experiences can be useful to you guys and it can help you, Dena, or other people who are single and long for companionship like you do.
And me, you know.
Oh, my God.
I haven't been married as long as you guys. So,
Right.
You know.
And people to stay married. Now, staying married is very difficult, too. Staying married is very difficult, too. But look, man, just know
But
that.
DM me if you want to go on a date.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right, then.
1-800-PodcastOne. Call in.
Okay. So what is your Instagram, Dena?
It's Miss Marteau, MISSMARTO, and only serious inquiries, please. Only honest good men that are gonna do what they actually say that they're gonna do. Okay.
Yeah. That was
a fair
like
request.
that was an
point.
all call for dirtbags. What you just did was tell all the dirtbags hit your line.
God.
Yeah, because they said, well, I got to lie really
I'm gonna make
good.
sure you interview them. I'm gonna make sure Tip
No,
interviews.
I
No,
can't
can
interview.
you interview
You got to pick your own poison. You got to pick your own poison.
man. Because
You gotta
I don't
pick
want
your
to
own
pick
poison.
somebody
I'm
for
gonna
you
get it
that
down
don't
to
work and you.
You got to pick your own poison.
All right, you're right.
I wanna-
Everybody needs to pick their own poison.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can live or die with your decision. You
Lord,
understand?
okay.
So everybody, man, it's been phenomenal. I
Yay.
appreciate it. And you got to come back sometime.
I will. Have me back.
Can I have you back?
Sure you can.
Okay, I'm gonna have you in the back seat of this car. You keep it up. So goddamn, y'all, yeah, man, it's been lovely. I like to shout out to my homeboy Ace, man, representing Memphis.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure to see him because I know he could have died
Ace.
in his
Oh,
hometown.
my God.
every
Oh,
time
man,
he
we're
step
not going to
outside.
diss my city today. Shout out South
Hey man,
Memphis.
I love Memphis. I love Memphis, and I always
I do
feel
too.
so safe. I always feel so safe. It's just when I go to the hotel room and cut the news on, I be like, God damn, this shit happened here.
Memphis love Tip, man.
And I love Memphis.
Yeah, okay, Memphis, they support him. They love him. You know, he don't come enough.
But we are missing one thing.
What's that?
The word of the week.
Oh, you mean the word of the week that we did before you even got in here?
Oh.
What was it?
Rewind it back. What was it?
Let us know.
Okay, well, if that is the case, it
Blew
is
up.
besottedness, which is smitten with love, in love, being love struck by, head over heels in love with, hopelessly in love, obsessed with, passionate about, consumed with desire for. Okay, you get the picture.
I want that.
Besotted.
Yes.
All right.
And
Yes.
you got to feel that.
Besottedness.
Even
Besottedness.
with the mistakes, you have to feel
Even
that.
with the mistakes at your relationship's lowest point, you must feel a certain sense of besottedness.
You have to reach down inside of that love.
You got to dig deep.
dig deep.
You got to dig
I
deep.
think
remember
y'all
that.
putting adding on to it.
Sometimes you got to go.
No.
Hey, look, man.
But
Sometimes you
that's
got to
really
go.
Love.
You know, sometimes
Love,
people say.
love has no
Some-
memory.
sometimes-
love
sometimes people
forgives
say-
all.
Sometimes people say
You
dig
have
into.
Love forgives all.
You said love don't have no memory.
They say
I be wondering
dig
if
into
you
the
have
good.
a memory when when things.
No, that's why you had to dig deeper.
Nah, that ain't love. That is not of love or
We talking about the definition of love.
love.
Okay.
In your marriage vows, it says, you want
They don't
you
want to
know,
hear you talk. Don't
It
do that.
don't say
do
love
that.
and no
Don't
bait.
do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, cause they ain't gonna like
Oh,
it.
don't
that's
have
too
enough
deep.
time for
That's
that
too
today.
deep. They ain't gonna like it if you go
All
there.
right.
They ain't gonna like it if you
so,
go there.
okay, so let's you know, let
We
We're
just
wrapping on
gonna
a
wrap
good
it up,
note.
man.
Wait,
All
well,
right.
you
Good
want
note.
to talk about vows? Y'all don't want to talk about what the vows say.
we wrapping it
Oh,
up.
well, wait a minute,
No,
man.
no,
We're
we'll
gonna talk
talk
about
about
vows.
that.
Let me just ask you this though. Vows come out the Bible, right?
Man, here you go.
Vows come out the Bible, right?
Exactly.
And they say
Precisely.
love,
I say vows come out the
honor,
Bible.
and respect.
Vows come out the Bible, right?
Yes.
Okay, you a Christian.
Yeah.
Are
I
you a
try to be.
Christian?
Yes.
Are you a Christian?
Yes.
Okay, so in Christianity, it has been taught to us that God's word is everlasting. Has it not?
Yes.
Has it not?
Today
Has it not?
and yesterday
Yes.
and forever.
Okay, so if God's word is everlasting, how can you reach into this Bible and change the words in this Bible, which are supposed to be God's words, to suit the times?
I say stay tuned.
Because it said
for
love,
another
honor, and
episode.
obey.
Yeah.
The
Stay
vows, the vows will love, honor, and
I
obey.
think we covered
it
this
says
on another
forgive.
episode.
But
says forgive.
does it say
And
love,
vengeance is
honor,
of the
and
Lord.
obey your husband and wife, or does it just
It
say
said
love, honor, and obey your husband?
Wait, no, it doesn't say
I
just
go
your
both
husband.
ways.
It go
Both.
both
It's
ways.
both.
Definitely go
Oh,
both
okay.
ways. It definitely
Well-
go both ways. But that's not my point. My point is that the woman should obey. My point is that if we basing it on the Bible, and the Bible say God's word is everlasting, and Christians, and we all as Christians supposed to believe that, how can you go and change God's everlasting word and expect me to feel that that is true?
Can't happen.
You dig what I'm saying? With that being
Well,
said,
you
we're
need
going to
to
wrap
obey
it up.
Oh my
With
God.
that being
That's
said, the ladies are stumped, and we're
Now,
going to wrap it up.
Listen, well, you need to obey me then. Point simple.
Okay, it's go both
Wait
ways.
a
It
minute.
go both
You
ways.
just said. I mean, you know,
It does
it's
go
what it
both
is. So
ways.
it
I
go
do
both ways.
obey you. I do obey you.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you tell me. You say hit it.
Oh.
Deeper, harder. And I do it every time you say it. Thank y'all, man.
Yeah.
We're about to leave the building before they cut the lights out on us expeditiously.